Deliver! Oh my god. Oh, I think I'm getting sick.
Girl, the way they can hear you.
Oh, hey!
Hey y'all! Hey y'all! I was preparing for the transit to the fade to this and then damsel.
Oh my god, ignore me! Ignore me! I didn't know we were starting right away. Oh my god.
Bye y'all. Bye y'all. We'll see you soon. Thank you. Okay. Hey y'all,
Okay.
hey y'all, hi y'all, hey y'all. Let's get into it.
Hey!
This is the Pretty Pink in-game fashion review, number 7, Magical Girl Superhero. Where's my rap
Bow!
horn? Thank you, thank you, thank you.
You're
This
welcome.
is my special guest judge, damsel underscore fly. As you can see,
Hi!
we've which if you're in the Discord, if you follow me on Blue Sky, if you have been coming to my streams, and you know I've been working really hard on making this event happen for y'all, and y'all have been working really hard to make sure that this event is popping and fun. And for that, I want to give you a round of applause.
What's that in my cup? That's that potion.
Rubbing honey's on my skin like it's lotion. Here's my round of applause. Thank you. Damsel's clapping for you too. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
I have
So,
my 2 little fingers up and I'm clapping them. Anyway, you go
are
ahead. You go
okay?
ahead.
Are your notes ready? Are you ready for the stream? Because I'm ready for the
Yeah,
stream.
I'm
Uh,
ready.
I,
And apparently I'm sick, so.
I'm sick too. Okay. It has been a long time coming with this event, though. How long has it been? It's been 6 months. The last one that we did was the
It's been half
black.
a year.
Yeah, it's been the black. It was the black, white, and red all over event that was hosted with Paradise. Do y'all remember that? Shout out to whoever won the blingy. Wait, who was that? Do y'all see the girl who won the bling? Not the blingy, the fucking Labubu. Do y'all see the girl who won the Labubu in the audience? I don't see
Blingy
her.
Labubu sub fundraiser Labubu
Blingy
fundraiser.
Labubu sub fundraiser Labubu blingy
Yes,
on screen
exactly.
redeem, like, thank you, Merry Christmas. Let's
That's
get
very
into
what's
it.
giving.
Let's get into it. Clock that T, clock that T.
Are
Y'all know
y'all
what it
excited
means
for
when the two
Magical Girl
fingers
Superhero?
touching. Are y'all ready? Leave an email in the
I'm
chat if you're
ready.
ready. I'm ready, honestly. We're doing our little warm up or whatever, but we're ready.
Magical Girl Superhero and the secondary theme, which I'm also very excited to talk about today too, which is
Which is
coming
Pretty
with a
Pink
lot of very fun
cosplay.
designs.
Right, right. So let's get into it all. Yeah. Okay. So, welcome to Let's Ride. Welcome to the Pretty Pink in-game fashion review. Like I already said, this event is going on a bop or flop basis. That's how we do the judging. All the looks will be critiqued and judged with the overall impression being deemed a bop, which is a good rating, or a flop, which is not so good. There is also the flip option. It is an in-between option for the judges to use for looks that give a neutral reaction or no reaction at all. Think of this as a way for us to say, no comment. There will be 2 top bops of the stream, but no top flops this time. Also, look at these lovely pictures that Damsel and I made from Infinity Nikki. Aren't they cute?
Can we tell them about how we both made these looks separately and then came together and we're like, oh, both of our Infinity Nikki looks are purple.
Yeah, they were the same color palette. And Damsel is trying to be more of like a superhero, and I'm trying to be doing the magical girl moment. And I think that they're both adorable. These are both the outtakes. I felt like these were great for this moment because they're a little different than what we showed in the promo. That's a whole thing. Anyway, I'm getting a DM. Who DM'd me? It's one of my gay people, I bet.
It's one of your fans. Shake your dreads.
Shake your dreads.
Ah!
Ladies, come on.
Shout out to my mods. Daniel, aka Milotic, was telling me that I needed to turn your audio up. Say something else,
I
Damsel.
sound a little quiet.
You don't sound. I'm gonna be so honest with you. You don't sound quiet to me, girl. You're deep in my ears, deep in my eardrums.
I think maybe it's just that you're really loud.
Oh, so it's gonna be like
what
that
now?
today. Oh, so it's gonna be like that today. Oh, I
So
thought we were
what
here to have a
now?
good time. Like I invited you back for the third time to be a guest judge on my event, and you're over here telling me that I'm
And
loud.
notice how she's proving my point right now.
Somebody get her. Okay. Anyway, let's get
Right.
into it. Let's just get into. Oh well, let's get into it. Let's get into
Y'all
it.
been here before. If you haven't been here before, you'll get into it. It's a vibe. Just go along with it.
We're
You'll
gonna be
understand as we
bantering.
go.
We're gonna be bantering the whole time. I'm gonna be
Yeah,
talking over Damsel the whole
absolutely.
time. Like it's you. If you don't know, now you know, kind of thing. Anyway, we're gonna get right into it. I do want to remind you all. Actually, I do want to have a few little overview words. Can I speak a few little overview words? Do you have any overall thoughts? I have some overall thoughts. I was
I
interested. Go ahead.
you proposes question. B thinks about answer. You proceeds to answer your own question.
I think it would be different if we were like next to each other and you saw my body language because like you would be able to tell that I was
Yes.
gonna start. You know what I mean? But get into it. Go ahead.
Right. Well, I don't. I was just gonna say I don't have too much that I want to say. I
Mm-hmm.
do. I do feel as though this theme, because this is now my third time being a guest judge for this
Yes,
event, I
your
believe.
third time. Yes.
I feel like, and maybe it's because the girls haven't been playing as much because we've been taking a bit of a break. I mean, you have from the fashion review, and I've been taking a bit of a break from my photography contest stuff. So I feel like maybe it's just because it's been some time, but
Mm-hmm.
I feel as though this was the first theme. um I think this is the most underwhelmed that I've been out of the three that I've judged for, which is a little upsetting because it is magical girl themed. So I was very
Right.
excited for this one. But
Me
that
too.
isn't to say that there isn't some good submissions in here. Like there wasn't anything that made me be like, there wasn't anything that just like shot me out of the water. You know what I mean? And there have been
Yeah.
multiple times in previous, even the ones that I didn't judge, where I saw something and I was like, wow, like that is really revolutionary and like stays very true to the theme and is so on the dot but so creative. And I didn't really get that vibe this time,
Mm-hmm.
but that doesn't mean that I didn't like anything. I liked a lot of what I saw. But that's
Right.
really all that I had to say. As an overarching, this is what we're about to get into type thing.
I think I had a few thoughts. I was surprised that there were like these are just like observations. I have a list of things that I saw that I thought. Especially because like this is my event. I do it every time. I always kind of have an idea of what people are going to be responding to, how people are going to be responding to the theme, and then it's like sometimes I have an
Yeah.
expectation. A lot of times I don't. I didn't expect anybody to do anything that they didn't do. You know what I mean? But I did think in my head when I proposed the idea of magical girl or superhero, especially when I talked about it the way that I talked about it when I actually showcased the theme during the Pretty Pink presentation. I thought in my head there were going to be people who were going to be giving villain, people who were going to be giving side character, and there was some of that, but not a lot of that, and that was surprising. I thought that there were going to be some different interpretations of the secondary theme than there were, but overall, I think a lot of people were,
The girls really latched on to Miss Punk, I will say. I noticed
and
that
I
when I was
think
looking through the submissions last night.
her iconography really lasts, and I like that because I did use that as I did feel that energy when I was doing that in October,
Mhm.
and and maybe in the future when I bring it back, it'll feel the same way. But I was a little disappointed that I didn't see more of the intention behind that, where I wanted to see more standard pink pommy than anything else, and I didn't see a lot of that, and that was surprising. I didn't want it, but I was like expecting it. I also think,
Yeah,
you know,
that's understandable.
nothing else really shocked me or surprised me. I think everybody contributed the way that they contributed it. Some things really, like at the moment when I first saw some of these submissions, I was taken aback in a good way, and some of them I was taken aback in a bad way. And you know that because me and you have been talking about this since I opened submissions in the first place.
Yeah,
But
there's some ones that there were some that like when I saw them, I was like, oh yeah, like this reads exactly as they're presenting it, and I see
yeah,
their intention. It's just I feel like for this specific one that we're doing right now, compared to the other ones that I've judged, I just didn't have a moment where like I mean, now that we've done this together so many times, you know how I am when I see something that like really blows me out of the water. Like I'm up in your
Yeah,
DMs and I'm forwarding you the submission, and I'm like sending you like 6 messages, probably in all caps, being like, "Bitch, they tore this up. Like they left no crumbs. Like how do I not crown this?" But
exactly.
even then though, after having discussions and seeing what everyone in the chat says about it, think re-looking at it in more detail, maybe you bring up something that I didn't think about, has altered my decision about who would be the top bop at the end of the day. So you never know what could happen, because there might be something that I'm not understanding, and as soon as someone's able to click that into position, like as soon as I'm able to understand it, maybe that'll change my opinion on it.
Hmm.
However, that plays into the idea of if something reads or not, and I think that was the challenge for a lot of people this time. So
Yes.
anyway, yeah, that's all I had to say.
I mean, but yeah, I think everything that you said was valid. I feel like we're like we have not had this conversation. Like this is the first time we're talking about this thing. But anyway, we've had enough of that. Let's get into the first submission. We're going in order in the way that they were submitted, and we're starting with Mob Tsukiki, aka Mob Yungi. And this was the first submission for the event. I think it happened the day it was announced. This is Aquahorn, a superhero who focuses on defending the ocean and promoting the protection of ocean biodiversity.
Round of applause for Mabsuki, everyone.
Thank you for submitting to the event. God bless.
Do you want to go first, or do you want me to go first?
You can go first.
Okay. The first thing that I have written down in my notes is Narwhal meets Power Ranger.
Okay.
Because of the horn on the head. And I do like the concept of like a Power Ranger, Carmen Rider, like underwater aquatic moment. I think both in Magical Girl and Superhero, there's a lot of room for that's the thing, even though that they're both drastically different aesthetics, they're both heavy on the aesthetic.
Yes.
And so like a whole team of Power Rangers that are like locked in on being like representatives of aquatic creatures, I think is a very cool concept. But I feel like the use of the patterns here, I think the silhouette of the build could have been really cool, but because not only do you blend into the background, which I feel like was on purpose, but I feel like it kind of backfired. um I just feel like there could have been some more elements tied in, maybe some different textures, some other different
Mm-hmm.
fabrics, to make it feel like it like really popped, and to like
Yes.
and to blend in the horn more, because the horn sticks out a lot. Even though I think that is a cool like design element for it. Um
Don't
like
tap the glass, bitch.
don't tap the glass is crazy.
Who said
Listen,
that? Oh
Listen,
my
and I'm tapping
god.
away. Fishy, fishy. If anyone gets that reference,
Exactly.
shout out. But yeah, I mean, the use of color is fun, but it's just, and I don't mean this in a rude way, it just looks a little sloppy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I get it. I feel similarly. For me, I think as an observer of fashion, I'm not necessarily a fashion person, and this is in-game fashion, so it's different. I've played a lot of DTI. This is very creative, but I think that we missed the mark in this event, or at least this look misses the mark for me, when the theme is supposed to be more of the whimsicality of it all, as opposed to the practicality of it all. And I think that there's a touch of that whimsicality, but not enough, and there's a lot of practicality here. This is giving the equivalent of what, like, army camouflage would be giving in actual settings where it was made for, where it really would blend in. If
Yeah.
somebody was underwater or in an underwater situation, it would blend in. It would make a lot of sense. Whoever it is that they're dealing with, that this character would be defeating, would not be seen or observed very easily. However, would this, it's almost kind of like we talked about this before when we talk about magical girls, where it's kind of like, would this character sell toys? Would this character make a movie?
Yes,
Would this
exactly.
character be marketable? And not that's not necessarily anybody's job to make that happen in this case, but it's not meeting those markers
It is
of,
something to
this
keep
is
in
a classic
mind.
superhero, this is an iconic superhero, this is something that people want to see. And that's what I'm missing, and for me, that's why I'm giving it a flip personally.
Period, period. The way I can't hear the sound go off, so I'm just gonna like kind of assume when I can give my answer.
Yeah.
But Um, but I'm also gonna give this a flip where it's like, I don't know. It could, if it were just edited a bit more, I think
Yeah,
this could be very cool. But
I wish there was more to it. But thank you so much for submitting, Mobsukiki. Thank you. I appreciate you as always. Next up, we
Yeah.
have 5 a.m. This one says Tomoe Mami is a magical girl that really impacted my love for the genre. The depth behind her motherly figure and coquettic behavior. Are you happy to be in
I'm
Paris?
sorry. I'm
Oui.
sorry. I had
The
to. I
depth
had to.
behind her motherly figure and coquette behavior just makes you want to learn more about her. So there's a look inspiration by her global aesthetic. If Mommy was a Pokemon trainer, I'm convinced she would love a fur matching her style and aesthetic, and she would for sure enjoy a coffee in the Pokemon City of love and fashion. I want to go first with
And
this
she
one.
could. You go ahead.
I need to check my notes. Okay, so I like the inspiration. I'm glad that people are doing cosplays, casual cosplays, realistic cosplays, one-to-one cosplays. We saw a little bit of everything, and I'm glad that we got this. I hate the bang. I need like what is it? Let me go in. I need like that little Vogue sound. What is it? Vogue crash. I hate the bang.
Oh, yeah.
I
I have the soundboard up, so you let me know.
I pulled it up. I'm ready now. I'm doing my own audio. I
No,
hate
I'm
the
locked
bang.
in.
I like the fur but I also don't like the fur because it's giving matronly. The pictures are not really showing me
It
enough
is.
of the outfit to make me comfortable actually judging it in the first place. The eye color is a little odd, even though I do understand that this is based on the character. And I think overall, I was personally, because of my relationship to Sam, I was expecting more. But what I will say is, while I do have a lot of appreciation for Sam for even participating, and I'm really glad to see people actually showing up with the Pokemon ZA pictures in the first place, I really like what I see, and I like the energy that was being put into this. Even as I'm observing it now, it really is eating, and for that, I have to give Sam a round of applause. Man, I'm gonna whip this hoe. Get into it. For this one, though, because I feel so blasé about it, I'm giving it a flip.
All right, getting to it.
Sam, I know what you could do, and I think you could do better. Go ahead, damsel.
Okay, Sam. So I did write down that I think that this version of Furfro actually is like a very fun addition to the concept, especially because it is mommy related, and I think she would have that on her team.
Mm-hmm.
Um, the use of the basic top that you get from the very beginning of the game.
The basic top. Yes.
Yes, I like. Okay, I like the basic top personally because I
Yeah.
think it's cute to have the little strap. I think it's very form fitting. White is a really easy base to work with other things. So I understand why you picked this here. But I think it stands out way too much and it makes this a bit too casual. Where I feel
Yes.
like with mommy, in not just her, I mean, obviously her school uniform, everyone's wearing the same thing. But at the end of the day, like when you see a lot of mommies out of uniform, both like school and magical girl, like what she typically wears in promotional stuff, it's usually very lacy, very over the top, very like you can tell that she takes her appearance into consideration. She's not just going to walk out in like a sweater and a skirt. You know what I mean?
Right.
Um so I feel like if you were gonna take inspiration from mommy, like the hair, even though I don't really care for how you did the hair either myself, the hair matches, the beret matches. I just feel like the top is really throwing me off here, and I'm not the biggest fan of the boot specifically. Um, but I do think that doing mommy or really any Madoka girly from Madoka Magica is a great idea for ZA because a lot of their designs are very much similar to like a classic style, um, European outfit.
Yeah.
So I think that it would have been fine to do it, but I just feel like maybe a couple other options would have been great. But I do still think you did a good job given like the actual cat, like the actual what is the word I'm looking for? Uh cat not category. Like
Theme?
no, not theme. Catalog. The catalog of clothing.
Catalog. Okay, yeah.
Catalog. Yes, the
Yeah.
catalog. Given the catalog that we have in ZA, count as many times as I said catalog just now. Um, I think you did a good job. For me, it's also a flip.
Now to go home and have the rest of that pasta.
Not too much. Not too much. Thank you
That's how
so
I
much,
that's how I
Sam.
feel.
That's my opinion.
That's my opinion.
Okay, and this one is the first of multiple submissions from Amada Mascara. Damsel, you can read this one.
All right. Finally off theme and inspired by Tiffany Blue, it's the cyan look in the printer ink collection that she's serving fashion model in a simple 90s inspired Tiffany blue gown. Is Tiffany here?
Tiffany. Christina, bitch. Tiffany ain't here. That's not Tiffany.
You want me to
Okay,
go
okay. No, I'm gonna go. I think I don't
You
know if
go
this is
ahead.
Tiffany Blue. I feel like Tiffany Blue's a little bit greener, personally, to me. I want to like this one, but I don't. I think this whole look is very experimental, but it's like experimental within the natural bounds of like what glamour is and what glamour isn't. But to me, the hair and like
Yeah.
I'm gonna be speaking from a game perspective, playing the game. All of these items are clipping together in a way that makes the silhouette hard to read. On top of that, also the hair is there's like she got that wig turned to the side, and she's using it as a bang. And to me, that like, but it's so flat on the top that it's killing me. I want to like it so bad. It shapes around the head, but it's so flat on the top, it's killing me. It's supposed to be chic. It's supposed to be sleek. It's supposed to be gelled to the side, but to me, it's giving like sideways wig on top of another wig that's like the natural hair. Like, girl, like I don't like that. It's really clippy. It's really messy. It's hard to see. I think that it was experimenting, but I also think that the experiment failed. That's what I wrote down. It's like too much hair, but it's also not enough hair. It's too much dress, but also not enough dress. It's too many things that are not working for me, and I think ultimately it's a flop for me. But beyond that, I also think like I'm curious to know what led, and Amada, you can answer this in the Discord server. You can answer it here. I might not read it because I'm not like actively reading the chat like that. But I am curious to know
Reading them as they go off.
what made you um make a new theme for the theme that was proposed to you with the looks that you've submitted, because you are doing this little like printer ink fashion thing for all three of your submissions. But I'm curious as to why you thought like adding a new theme was going to help you. And I know that this is the off theme, this is a freestyle look, but like why does it all have to be one submission from you every time? Because this is like the fourth time that you've done this, and I really need to know like why personally. Anyway, Damsel, get into it.
Okay, I said Little Mermaid boots in my notes. I said the
Part of your
dress
world.
needs,
Thank you.
yeah, it's giving Little Mermaid boots down. Like Ariel had she took her baddie chain basically.
Yeah.
But yeah, for me it's the wig that is really throwing me off. It now that you say it, it does look like the hair is turned sideways. And that is taking me out even more now. But that
Yeah.
is, I'm not trying to laugh, but like the idea of her walking out with her hair turned to the side is cracking me up.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But I will say it
Aw.
before you pointed that out though, like I thought the hair just looked a little like like when people try to do the high fashion wet hair look. Um
Yes.
and but they don't do it the right way, so it just
Yes.
makes their hair look slightly greasy.
Yes.
That's what this gives to me, but like a side bang moment.
Yes.
I feel like it's trying to be Jessica Rabbit, but it's a little flat.
Uh-huh.
um which, I mean, we can move around a lot of different things in the game now. I don't know the specifics about these items in particular.
I do. I can
Um,
actually tell you one of those is an Ariana Grande wig, and one of those is one of the wigs that that's been around for a few updates now. But it's turned to the side. It has the little bangs on the front, and it's supposed to be straightened on the side. But it's like it's wavy enough that it blends
oh, I'm
well into the
I'm
wig.
seeing it
But
now.
like it's
Yeah.
turned to the side, so like you can't really see any of the Ariana Grande on the top. Which I think if you had just chosen one or the other, if you had picked a completely different hair, that would have worked. I think it was just it's too. Anyway, keep going, keep going, keep going.
Rye said it made me think like prototype Jessica Rabbit. This is Jennifer Bunny. I'm screaming. I'm screaming. Um, I must say
Yeah,
there is also something about this shawl texture at the top of the dress that is really throwing me off. I don't really
yeah,
necessarily mind the dress. I feel like the dress does match the silhouette of what Amada was going for pretty well, but it's the textures all blending into one that make it look a little like clumpy.
yeah.
Um I don't know. I feel like the best thing that I would say about Mata is that it just feels a little muddy right now, and I would maybe try playing. I think that's a tip for a lot of people today that I'm gonna bring up. So if you hear me bring that up again, just know like it really will help you. But like playing with even more textures, and I'm saying like playing with different textures for every individual item. You never know what you could come up with.
Agree.
Um, I feel like a lot of the time, if I just use one or two textures or patterns for a look, it all muddies together very quickly. Especially in DTI, where clipping is an issue. Um, so I feel like maybe just play around with that. Um, but yeah, this I'm also gonna give this a flip because I feel like it could be altered um and done better, but I don't necessarily like hate it because I do understand the intention. I just feel like
Yeah.
it wasn't well executed.
I think I see what you're saying in the chat, Amada, about you said that somebody gave you advice to do cohesion with your whatever you're saying. What is it? Your collections. That's a great piece of advice considering what it is that you've done. Also, thank you for the. Ooh, did somebody sub? What's going on?
Do you have your alerts off?
I don't know. My alerts are on. I don't know. Anyway, um,
Thank you,
just don't do a
C-Sub.
collection. Don't do a collection. That's simply it. Because you're saying that you were working on advice that somebody gave you about doing a collection. Just don't do a collection. Thank you for subbing, Neonix. Illy, I love you. That's my icon right there.
Shout
Thank
out
you for
now,
submitting,
Nix.
though.
Thank
I
you.
appreciate you, Amada. Next, Rye, Scarlet Witch.
Oh,
My favorite color is purple, but I've always had a
bitch.
soft spot for red. Get into
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Oh, bitch. Do you want me to go first or do you want to go
Oh,
first?
wait, girl. What? Play that Ariana sound that you use for your thing.
Oh, hold on. I
Eh,
don't actually remember the name of it. Let me just leave and come back.
Okay. Oh, it's this. It's this. I see this. That's what when I see this, that's what I think in my head. Like she ate this.
Can
Like she ate this. Like this is a former and actually current holder of the fashion diva role in the Discord server. This is the fashion girl of the moment. Like this is Rise Renaissance. This is Rise
no,
fucking like
Rye literally
brat era.
Rye Rye like getting multiple flops the first couple times that you doing this, and then
Yes.
like the past two or three times there's always been at least one look where Rye like licking the fucking sauce from the chicken wings off his fingers. Like he ate that shit the
Yes.
fuck up. Like not all three sometimes. And you know what? We'll get into that later.
We
But I will say
will.
this
Mm-hmm.
one,
Mm-hmm.
girl,
Ate that up. Ate that up. Ate that up
girl,
real quick.
cut her the check.
And the funny thing is, I was in a VC with Rye the day I announced the theme. I was in a VC with Rye, and I said, "You bet." And Rye was like saying, "I'm working on my thing or whatever," and I said something to the effect of, "You better not do Scarlet Witch because I don't think that she's pretty." I said
Which
something
is
to that effect, and it was like
crazy.
that. It was the same. It was that exact sentiment where I think that Scarlet Witch is not like you, and I don't. I don't think a lot of her depictions are very flattering. That's just the truth. Rye
Oh,
took it
girl,
and flipped it.
bye.
That's my truth. That's my truth. That's my opinion. That's my
Girl,
opinion. Like, that's my
bye.
opinion. No, but that's my opinion. But that's my opinion. But that's my opinion. I'm gonna keep saying it. That's my opinion. Like, that's my opinion. But Rye ate
Right.
this up. Like, I can't
My
give any
opinion
notes.
is
I can't give any notes. This is a collection of items that even if it's not necessarily all melding well together, like if I saw this character moving in the actual game, I would be bothered. But I'm not seeing her moving. This is a great way of talking about how the photography and the way that you present what you're doing makes it look better sometimes. Because obviously there are parts of this that are clipping. Obviously there are parts of this that are muddy, but that's a Roblox. That's what the game is. And it's still such a good presentation that I can't help but to stan. There's no notes here, but there's like a million notes.
well, and even then, like I didn't notice any clipping at all until I really zoomed in. And even
Yes.
in this like dark red, like almost wine sangria color that Rye has chosen for this dress, but like added with the lighter reds on like the sleeve and the corset
Mm-hmm.
really make her stand out because the point of a lot of her designs is they really try to um I'm not as well versed in Marvel or DC or any superhero as universes as anybody else because I'm more into the magical girl field. But
Yes.
I will say like Scarlet Witch is known for having like almost like a shadow-esque like grandiose silhouette where like a lot of her outfit pieces are typically like that dark red because they want her to stand out, but they want her to also, you know, be able to easily make her look scary. And all you got to do is turn the
Yes.
lights off. You know what I mean? And she'll blend
Absolutely.
in. But when you turn the light on, it's the beauty and the glamour of like this forsaken woman who's gone through so much and like had so many things taken away from her. Um and the makeup is really pretty too. I should also say
Absolutely.
that really quick. I love how you did the makeup. The makeup looks like the makeup I feel like sells this for me.
Yeah, it
Um
takes it right over the edge. I also really love the headpiece. The headpiece is what really got me. When I actually look at it, it's that crown flipped upside down.
Yeah, yes, that was really smart. I thought about that too. But yeah, it's a bob. Duh.
Duh! Duh!
Duh.
And it's a bop for me too. Duh! Duh! Thank you, Rye. We ate this up. Chef's kiss. Next. Comet Core. You can read this one.
You want me to read this one?
Yeah, you can read
Okay.
this one.
All right. Polychrome always wanted to be an artist growing up, but was always told she couldn't because she was afflicted with a horrible life ruining disability color blindness. She pursued her passion studying at her art school until one day she stumbled upon a color changing paintbrush that let her fling globs of paint while also helping her work around her disability. Polychrome now fights to save everyone in Chroma City, artist by day and painter by night.
Right, right, right. Um.
Mhm.
This is lacking some of the finer details that I would really appreciate from a submission from somebody who's been playing DTI for a long time. I don't know Comet's specific relationship with the game, and I don't think that necessarily matters when people do this because sometimes people pull up and they give like really good stuff and they're like, "This is my first time playing." I think Comet literally was one of those people at one point. But I think
Me
this is
too.
missing, yeah, exactly. But I think this is missing some of the finer details that I would have enjoyed. Like the hair. I think that the hair is okay. I think that the hair could have been different and it would have been better. I think that like the outfit is missing some of the textures that I would have enjoyed. And it's not even the idea of the colors, especially because, the narrative of the color blindness really saves this, but it's literally everything else where it's like, is this really a superhero or is this a magical girl? Because that's what the broom kind of makes me think it's a magical girl. But then it's like if I
Yeah,
try
it
to
made me
take the
think
angle,
of
it doesn't work. So
it made me think of Magical Do Re Mi, which
yeah.
is a magical girl anime that is literally witch themed.
Yeah.
Um, but like I understand that Comet was trying to take this more from like a superhero approach, which is what like kind of confused me because it didn't really give superhero.
Yep.
I have written down Big Hero 6 OC is what this gives to me a little bit. Like
In a positive way or a
Like
negative way? What's the tea?
a negative way. A negative
Oh.
way. The
Oh.
yellow was very unflattering, which maybe that's contributing to the color blindness. But I don't know. I feel like the silhouette is not very flattering. Um, and I'm not a big fan of if you're gonna do like a paintbrush, and I understand you're using the witch broom as a paintbrush,
Mm-hmm.
like I feel like she should have had more artist motifs in her design. Like there's like maybe like some way to bring in like a color palette, like an actual palette. Like there's a lot of hats that you could do something with that.
Yeah.
Um or like taking inspiration from like actual um like painting fashion, because that is a thing, and turning that into a superhero costume, because I feel like maybe your idea was just like you were like thinking magical girl at first, and then it went
Brazilian
into
Miku. Anyway, keep
Brazilian
going.
Miku is crazy.
Yeah.
Maybe you wanted to do magical girl, and like you just like as the creation went, you just decided to go superhero and just keep the light color palette. But it's these like really cool toned soft pinks with these very muted, like almost highlighter yellow, and then like that hot blue, like that really warm blue. It's
Yeah, this is really giving to me like 80s like one hit
very
one pop
80s
wonder
indeed.
80s pop one hit wonder music video that you like that plays one day when you're like talking about the 80s and your mom is like, "Oh, I remember that song," but it's like nobody gives a fuck about it anymore kind of thing. Does not necessarily speak like the nobody gives a
Like
fuck
this
about the
woman.
song, not the look. I think the look there's a merit to this. I do think that Comet did actually try with this one. I just don't like what I see personally.
Yeah.
To me, that's my
I mean,
opinion.
like, I think obviously, I think it's like the concept is cute. I really like the concept, and I like what Comet wrote,
Yeah,
and I like the silhouette is fun. Like, I think that it was just a matter of the colors, which is ironic given this whole entire concept. And I think that does play into the comedy of it.
yeah.
Um, but at the end of the day, like I'm just like confused looking at it, and
I think, yeah. Go
that to
ahead.
me tells me flip. That just tells me flip personally. Like if I'm confused, that's giving flip.
I do. I agree with you. Who said that? Izzy. It has certain charm to it, but I think for me, I would like to see some different items being used in the game that might give a different impression than what it is being given. Because to me, it's very muddy. Even though I think some of these things are standing out and they're pretty. I think the textures. I think that we could work more on the nuance of the color palette, which obviously that's one of the things that that's one of the things that is kind of like being avoided on purpose almost. And I also think though that we're missing some of the nuances of the texture. I think the colors and the textures can really be something that can be edited, and some of that is
Yeah,
associated with the concept and some of that's not. I also think that
exactly.
certain like the hair could have been different. I think that the top underneath the shawl could have been different. I think that the some parts could have been omitted, like the little arm warmers around the arms. I think if the arms were longer, it would make sense. So I really think the arm warmers need to be shorter. If somebody were to draw
Yes.
this character, it would look so much better. And so I see the concept, but for me, it's going to be a flop still.
Yeah, like that's what I'm saying is in conception, I like it. And I do
Yeah,
think that like if someone were to take this design and like draw it out and make the texture of the fur around the leg and the fur around the arm the same texture, where here
yeah,
it's two completely different types of furs, and there's like that wrapping around the leg. You know what I mean? It's stuff like that where it's like I understand what you were going for, but I feel like because those items don't like match up exactly the same. It's two different furs.
yeah.
Just for example, I don't know. That's how I feel about a lot of this, but I do think the concept is cool.
Thank you, comment. The next one we have is Voce Viva. Hi there, it's me, Pretty Punk Pommy. I love this one. I love this
I
one.
think it's cute.
Um, it looks like a pre-made outfit to me from Infinity Nikki. I really actually like. It looks like a pre-made outfit, but like like when you're actually looking at it, especially if you've played the game, you can see each individual piece is something different. None of these items are related
Hmm.
to each other, and it looks really good put together. The color concept, to a T almost what was provided as the example, and I appreciate the fuck out of that from
Yeah, this looks
Voce.
like one of those. This looks like in Nikki when they like update the store and they have those little 99-cent outfits that you can buy, or like the $5 outfit pack, and it's like one full outfit. That's
Yeah,
usually like a 3-star cash, like a 3-star casual moment. That's what
exactly.
it gives to me. Um, I think it's cute. I would buy this if it were in the Nikki shop. Um, the only, I mean, obviously, the only thing that I have written down that's like a negative remark is that I think you could have made the outfit look even cooler and stand out even more if you took your photos during like a later time of the day, because the harsh lighting on the mural, especially with how the purple shoes at the bottom are like this like almost like cooler tone purple while the rest is a warmer tone.
Hmm.
Um, I think that that would have been interesting to see a nighttime shot and maybe like included both of them. Because I am interested. That's one thing about Nikki that I find very interesting is how depending on when you like where you use your dyes and what like dyes you use on a specific item, it could completely look different in the actual creation versus when you like walk around with it and take photos with it,
Yeah,
because of the lighting. Lighting is very important in Nikki, and so is Dress to Impress. Let's wake that up. Um, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, I like it. I feel like it's cute. It's a bop to me.
it's a bop to me. It's a bop to me.
To me.
To
To
me.
me.
And to me, it's also a bop. Thank you. Yeah, yeah. And you see how some people they come through, and I think it's like a good. This is a really good one. I think that it's. I will say, even though it's a really good bop, and this is probably one of the strongest ones that we've seen so far, I will say I'm not that gagged. But anyway, next. Voce Viva, once again, she
Yes!
flitted through the air, free as a bird, looking for her next great adventure. This is Tinkerbell. This is for the magical girl theme. Um,
Yes.
I thought this was a really interesting take on the magical girl theme, and I want to hear what you have to say, damsel.
I wrote do. I really I think that this is very cute. I know that you previously said in one of the last fashion photo reviews that you did,
Uh huh.
that if people were going to use the fairy wings to like style the outfit differently, because a lot of people were submitting the fairy wings with a lot of the same outfit pieces. You know what I
Yes.
mean? And now that there have been more outfits that have come out since the last fashion review, I was really interested to see if anyone would do some form of like winged magical girl in Nikki. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
glad to see that Voce took that route and did it in a way that was very different from those previous iterations of like fairies. And it definitely reads as
Yes.
Tinkerbell. I will say, and I mentioned this to Pommy when we were talking in a VC, writing our notes down the other day.
Girl, get
Um,
ready.
I the only thing about this look that I'm not the biggest fan of is where is her little green shoe with the puffball on it, because that is like so integral to her story in every form of Tinkerbell media that she puts her little puffball on her shoe. I need the shoe. I'm sorry. I don't even know if it's an item in the game, but I feel like if you're gonna do Tinkerbell, that's such like an iconic part of her outfit. That aside, though,
Yeah.
it reads and it looks really good other than the shoe. So I can go without the shoe. It's fine. But I was really like, as soon as I saw this, I was like, where's her little puffball? She needs her little cotton ball on her footsie.
Yeah. So is it a bop or
But yeah,
flop from you?
for me, I think it's about. It's very cute. I also thought it was interesting to see Tinkerbell for Magical Girl, but I
Me
mean, it
too.
works.
I don't really have a lot of notes for this. I think it's an interesting concept for the theme. I love the color. You know, this is like an iconic character, and it's hard. And sometimes, as somebody who does like these online cosplays in the games that we're talking about, and I don't really do it in Nikki because I'm not that in Nikki that deep. But as like I do those cosplays on like on DTI, and I understand the difficulty sometimes to translate what you're trying to communicate through the game. while also still keeping it accurate to what's going on in the actual game and making it look good. And you did that really, really well, Voce. And I love what I see. If
I
I had
agree.
saw this anywhere else, I would have known that it was Tinkerbell. So overall, it's a bop for me too.
Very cute. Good job, Voce.
And the next one that we have is another cosplay. This is a cosplay specifically of Cardcaptor Sakura, which interestingly enough, I found it interesting that this is what Neonix did, but because Damsel is currently doing Cardcaptor Sakura as her ongoing watch party in her Discord server. So if you're ever interested in that, go check out her Discord server by checking out her
Yes, every Tuesday.
Twitch account. Yes. But this one says "Catch You, Catch Me." I think that's a reference to the. Is that a
Yeah,
reference? Catch You.
to the theme. Mm-hmm.
And it says, "I know it's basic, but this intro and outfit has such a special place in my heart, so I had to
And
recreate it."
yeah, and
And
it does.
recreate it, you did.
I think a lot of Magical Girl fans out there remember if they've seen Cardcaptor Sakura, this is like a core memory for them. So I completely understand wanting to pay tribute to this
Yes.
wonderful outfit that they put in Cardcaptor Sakura. I mean, it's so iconic for a reason. Like it's such a good one.
And Yannick's
Um,
really captured the feeling of that specific anime intro because of the style,
Absolutely.
the simplicity of the editing, and even the flatness in the outfit by the color cohesion really like pulls it together in that way.
Mm-hmm. I agree. That's one of the things I wrote down in my notes actually is that I love the dedication to the OG color palette. However, I also like how you utilized the silhouettes of the items in DTI to
Mm-hmm.
reinvent the outfit because we did ask people like obviously if you're going to do an outfit that's inspired off of a cosplay of a character, then what you need to do is you need to make sure we understand it's that character and it doesn't need to be the exact same design as that character. We want to see you taking that character, reinterpreting it, paying homage to it, but we're just not like looking at like a straight up outfit recreation. Um
And
and
then
I feel
there are
like
also like there are strong choices that somebody sorry to interrupt, but there are strong choices that people can
no, you're
make.
fine.
But then there are some choices that really weaken the concept by taking safer choices or making bad choices when it comes to that. And we're gonna talk about that later with somebody else's cosplay that they did that me and you talked about privately as well.
Mhm.
As far
But
as
yeah, I
like,
don't know.
yeah.
I feel like if you're gonna try to do a cosplay of a character in a game like DTI where you can't literally get the exact same pieces and you want to pay homage to the character but still in your own style, I think this is a very fun way to do it because this is very traditional Neonix outfit. I could see Neonix wearing this while just casually playing Dress to Impress and
Yes.
a lot of the fashion in Cardcaptor Sakura I feel like is similar to a lot of the things that we've seen him submit previously before. Um, so I love even though obviously it's not the same thing, it's just the teddy bear, but I loved getting to see Caro getting included with this as well, her magical girl companion. I thought
Mm-hmm.
that was super cute, and that made me so happy whenever people were including like either companions or like an outfit that was them out of their magical girl form and in their magical girl form, things like that. I really appreciated because that's the kind of shit that you would see on the promo for a magical girl anime, which isn't
Yes.
just the magical girl, it's always a magical girl and her companion, or a magical girl and her special little item that she uses that's also a toy that they sell, or
Yes.
et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. It's always a package, it's not just one thing. And I thought that was really cute. And the wings look good. The hair is probably my only thing that I would say I have a nitpicky thing to say about, which is that it's giving like soccer mom bob.
Oh.
But it is cute. So
Okay.
I mean that's literally the only negative thing I can say about this. Like I think this is a really good homage to Sakura and I think you did a great job. It's a bop for me.
And I fully agree. I agree with a lot of Damsel sentiments. I do want to say, let's all take a moment and give a round of applause to Yanix for constructing this lovely and beautiful hat.
Yeah, taking all those items. Help.
Um, I saw Sunny mention it, and I was already thinking this, but I saw Sunny mention it in the chat, and I completely 100% agree. Although, like, cause there's like there has to be like 2 or 3 items in the hair and in the hat. There's
The
probably 5 items in DTI separated and stuck on top of each other. And I just appreciate all of it. I appreciate the work that was put into this, and Neonix made light work of a theme that a lot of people would struggle with, and I'm sure some of y'all did struggle with doing this theme.
Yes.
Exactly. Like, and I've said this before, but this is why Neonix was the first person, and this is no shade to anybody else. This is why Neonix was the first person that I wanted to do this event with, is because Neonix knows how to play this fucking game. And Neonix knows how to communicate things with this whole thing. For me, this is a bop.
Get into it. Did you see what Izzy said?
No, what did Izzy say?
Not too much on the little Debbie wig.
Oh.
And you know what? Izzy? And you know what?
I
Said your fucking baby's gonna burn.
Get into it. I mean, I like a little Debbie. Here's Neonix part 2. Damsel,
All right,
read it. Damsel, read it. Damsel, read it.
Okay.
Damsel, read it. Damsel, read it.
The pretty and punky maid cafe. I love maids so much, so I had to recreate these adorable and iconic looks.
It's Masuda Hump Day, bitches. It's Masuda Hump Day, bitches. Get into it. 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 Cleared. What do you mean? What do you mean? Neonix got on that fucking game and was playing this for 20 minutes. Neonix got on that game and played this shit for 20 minutes. We were in VC with Neonix when Neonix got on DTI, and I didn't even know what he was doing when we were in there because I was doing something else. And he did this in 20 minutes, pulled it together, and gagged. I can't even like form a sentence like this. I wish I came up with this. I wish I put this together. I wish I did this. And then to the fact that you made one of these and then doubled it and gave it to the next person and put both of them in one submission. This looks like a graphic that's going to be promoting my streams, bitch.
It really does. That's what I thought too.
I could have paid you money to make this. Like, what the hell? I don't know, Bop. I don't know. Bop.
She's taking it.
The bop sound is not playing, but it's a bop. I don't know why the bop sound's not playing. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, yeah.
It's my, hold on.
Holding everyone.
The bop sound did play, my bad.
Moral of the story.
The bop sound didn't play. What's going on?
She's taking it.
Give me like 2 seconds. We're having audio issues.
So.
Hello?
Hi.
The bop sound played. The way the bop sound is played for you probably like 5 times.
Is playing
well,
like
it was deserved.
7 times.
It was deserved. You ate this up. Thank you so much for submitting. I love this. Damsel, you can give your opinion. Oh my god.
Oh, I love it. I wrote, I said, love seeing you do 2 iterations and the subtle changes 8. Which I agree. I feel like keeping the silhouette of the same outfit, but altering the colors and the textures in a way that makes them feel like a duo, that actually like feels like a pair versus them being just 2 separate people that like are giving completely different things. Like they look like they're part of the same maid cafe. They just give different aesthetics for the different suitors that come into the maid. Let's say that.
Right. And that's because they're the same character. And Neonix knows that.
Exactly. Night and day, if you will. But yeah, it's very cute. I love the silhouette of the skirt. I thought that this is the same dress that you used for the promo, if I believe correctly.
Yeah, for the magical girl.
Yeah, for the magical girl. And I thought this was like a smart dress to use for a maid outfit because it reads as maid perfectly, which is funny because there is not a maid outfit in the game, which is really cool that you utilized that and made it look like something that was like an actual set in the game.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know. I live. It's so cute. It's a bot for me as well.
Yes. Thank you so much for submitting this. Honestly, I could say so many things. I'm not going to say nothing, but I appreciate it. And you know I have a lot to say about this. Let's keep going. This is Sublink. Hi, Sublink. I don't know if Sublink is here. Hi, Sublink. Thank you for submitting. I don't know if this is Sublink's first or within like Sublink's first like 5, but this is Sublink. So let's get into it. Praise be to
Period.
the sun goddess hero of Japan. I decided on Amaterasu from Okami, banishing evil and restoring the land from darkness, battling villains and saving souls with her divine instruments and brush techniques. Alongside her sits Isun, her hot-headed companion. He may say she's his sidekick, but we all know the truth. You can go first with this one, damsel.
Period. I thought this was very out of left field, and I mean that in both a positive and a negative way.
Yeah.
Positive because fucking shout out to Okami. That game is stellar, and you have sickening taste.
Wait, this was a
Love.
superhero look? It's like I have the layout. I'm sorry to interrupt you. It's laid out as a magical girl look, but I believe this is actually supposed to be for superhero. Anyway, keep
Okay.
going.
Um. Well, it still throws me out of left field either way. Because this is very. I mean, like it does give a hero, of course, but when I think of like superhero, I typically think of um very like traditional uh like Power Ranger, I think of like Marvel, I think of DC, I think of people like working for agencies, very modern day superhero.
Yeah,
Um so like that's where my mind went whenever you said magical girl and superhero theme. But at the end of the day, a lot of these superheroes that I am talking about have lore. And a lot of the times these characters inherit abilities from people from earlier times, and things were different back then, and things didn't look so bodysuit core with a cape, you know what I mean?
absolutely.
So I do appreciate you like kind of taking that theme and doing something different with it. Um, and I thought the editing here looked really good. I think that the colors look great as well. I would just play with a bit more of like a glitter or like a silvery texture on a lot of the jewelry, because there's a
Yeah,
lot of different textures that you can play with. I don't know if you can actually do textures on this crown piece. I don't know if it's one of the ones that you can or not. Um,
yeah. I don't remember either.
but either way, I feel like if you're gonna do something like that, just if the crown to me looks almost like a 3D printed item that someone like painted red, um, and kind of like left it. You know what I mean? Um, so it's a little bit arts and craftsy, like with the skirt as well, like the skirt that's attached onto the arms.
Yeah,
Um, but it is theatrical, so I do appreciate it for that sense because it's a lot of interesting items and a lot of interesting things going on, especially with the makeup. I thought the makeup looked really good for this too.
I
Um,
agree.
but yeah, I don't know. I think if this is your first time submitting, this is a really good place to start. And I was impressed, even though, it wasn't exactly what I would expect for this theme. I'm excited to see what you come back and do when Palmy does another one of these. I give it.
Um,
You
Go
go ahead.
ahead.
Yeah, you
No,
we'll do it
I'll
at the
go,
same
and then we'll
time.
do it later. Okay. I
Yeah.
like this. I think that I agree with what James was saying about the textures, and that's what I actually have written down. Is that sometimes textures can help you help you highlight things, or help you add focus to certain parts of the outfit. It also helps you communicate clarity on like what is this supposed to be, what is it supposed to look like, what is it supposed to feel like. And I think we're missing some of those textures, and some of that is from possibly either the game quality, or some of that is also possibly from you know, just a rush. You're rushing through it. I can see here like there's like multiple pieces stacked. There's like one dress stacked. There's two dresses stacked on here, and then there's like two top pieces at least, and then there's the little like shawl piece that's kind of going around the arms. And like there's so many different clothing items here. I think communicating with textures and also making really strong choices when it comes to using those items is what really would set this apart for me to me. But I really like what I see, because I think that this is just like a really artistic interpretation of either of the themes, regardless of which one it is, and I really appreciate it either way. um and I think if this is one of those moments, like y'all watch, some of y'all watch RuPaul's Drag Race or Drag Race period, but especially in
Really, I've
like
never
this,
heard of it.
really me neither. Honestly, I'm just making like a obscure reference. I've never even thought of that show. I
I
just
thought
until
drag
just
queens were
now.
just cross dressers.
They are, but then there's more.
I'm
Um, I think this is one of those moments where like sometimes you see one of the queens who might not necessarily who does not have a culture that is very well represented in the United States or in the Western world. And then they walk across the stage and it's like, oh, this is Gaggy, oh, this is Gaggy, oh, this is Gaggy. But in the back of my mind, when I see that and they always give those girls their tens, sometimes it's kind of like, but did they really do well, or is this just like or is this just a reference to something that nobody really gets, and they're saying it looks good even if it doesn't? This is one of those moments. I'm gonna give you a bop sublink,
also giving a
but
bop.
it's a bop with apprehension. Damsel also has a bop.
Yeah, it's a bop with apprehension. Like I can see the potential and I want to see more.
Thank you, sublink. The next up we have is Rye. Pink is punk.
Girl.
This is supposed to be punky, punk pommy. What do you think, Damsel? Get her, Jade.
For me,
Yeah.
no. Who punched her? Who punched her in the face? Why she got a band-aid on? I'm confused.
Well, there's a band-aid in the design, girl.
I know, but like right on the nose, and there's like it looks like there's a little bit of red underneath the nose too. It looks like she just got punched in the face. Like I'm real concerned for her. Does she need to go to the hospital? Okay, well, moral of the
Help,
story,
help.
I'm not really vibing with it. I don't know. I feel like this is a very no shade, Rye, I love you down, but this feels very lazy compared to a lot of the other things that you did, especially the last submission that we saw, which we literally were over here voguing and duck walking for in our own bedrooms.
Yeah, that's true.
Like after seeing that and now seeing this, I'm like, no. We need to pump it up like 5 more levels.
It's like
But I think
60% the way there for me.
yeah, like it's like the makeup looks good. I think the hair is fine. I think the nails look cute. I think that the choker is great, but it's that dress and the shoes. Like it just feels very Spencer's.
Um,
Anyway, you go ahead.
I a part of me disagrees with what you said. I think I like the presentation. It makes me think of Marnie from Pokemon a little bit. But I agree with a lot of what you said about like how it's just a little cheap. It's a little easy, a little bit. It's a touch of a throwaway, but it's not a full throwaway to me. I think that there was intention there,
Yeah,
and I
like
also there's merit for Rye for wanting to acknowledge the character that exists that really matches Rye's personal aesthetic. I just wish that Rye had taken a little bit more time with this one, maybe saved it, dropped it, and came back to it. Rye
yeah, yeah,
does have
yeah.
this issue overall where sometimes Rye will do a touch of a throwaway, thinking it's not a big deal, and it's not a big deal. This is supposed to be for fun. We're over here talking shit about this, but where's our fashion degree? Where's our coding degrees? You know what I mean?
Well,
But
and also at the end of the day, regardless, like
yeah,
even if it is a throwaway, your submission is appreciated, but because it's a throwaway, at the end of the day, you can't be mad at what we're gonna say. You know what I mean? Like
true.
that's our job today.
Exactly, and I think right, it's like it's a 60 out of 100 for me. So like it's like to me that's still a failing grade, right? Voce, I'm going to actually respond to what you're saying in the chat though. Loki feels more pastel goth than punk to me. It is pastel goth, but at the same time, and punk is more of an operative term, referencing the fact that it's like rock inspired. That's the direction of the marketing. It doesn't necessarily speak to the actual aesthetic of the character itself. However, with that being said, either way, it's cute. It's a little bit it's almost kind of like giving like, like when you have like those alt friends. I there was a person in my life at one time who was very alt. They were very alt identified and like they had like a job where they had to dress up. This is giving Punky had to go and work at their fucking like office secretary job during the day, but they still wanted to express themselves. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So I'm gonna give it a flip. I like the sentiment. How do you feel?
Um, to me, it's giving flop. I'm sorry, Rye.
Thank you, Rye. Appreciate you.
Wah.
You win some, you lose some. And here's Rye's third submission. Damsel, do you want to read this one?
Sure. The Queen of Limbo can cut through anything with her soul sword, and that's without even using the sharp end. Ooh, can she open my pickle jar?
This is supposed to be what is her
Magic.
name? Magic from. Well, does Magic have her? Magic has her own media, right? Like the city.
I'm pretty sure, yeah. I
Yeah.
haven't, I don't know. I mean, I know
The
who she
first
is,
time I
but
ever
I
heard
don't
of
know
that
about
bitch was when
that.
Vendetta came out because everybody was calling Vendetta Magic. And from Overwatch, Vendetta from Overwatch came out, and everybody was saying that Vendetta was just a Magic dupe from Marvel Rivals. But even if that was the case, not to get too much into it, but Overwatch came first, and Marvel Rivals is kind of the Overwatch dupe, so it makes sense that they're pulling from each other. Anyway, that has nothing to do with this. So this looks good. I think that if you use this energy to do the other look that we just talked about, you would have ate that up. But it looks good. This is a little bit of a throwaway for Rye, just because this is so much of Rye's aesthetic that it's easy for Rye to pull something together like this when Rye actually wants to. I don't really know. I'm not really like well versed with the character, but it's cool. How do you feel?
I think it like it reads as magic to me because of the sword. And like I mean, I don't know. I feel like it gives to me like a bit of a mix of Anya Taylor-Joy's version of Magic that she played,
Mm-hmm.
with like a bit more of like the Marvel Rivals outfit, but like giving party girl. Like it's giving Magic like went to the club and like now she like got interrupted at the club because there's like bad guys outside and she's going outside to fight them. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, this is the event announcer in
it
the Goth Club.
yeah. And like I get magic from it, but it doesn't really excite me, I guess is the best way to put it. I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like there could have been some different touches added here, but I don't think it's bad. I think it is good. I'm going to say it's a flip for me.
Okay. It's a flip for Damsel, but it's a bot for me. Agree to disagree on a lot of these sentiments. I mean, everything Damsel said makes sense. Everything I said makes sense. Thank you, Rye. Let's keep going.
I will say to Rye though, um, girl, if you don't start saving your looks and then put in that little closet and then going and coming back to it later, that's it.
Exactly.
All right,
Here is
you read
Kizzy's
this one.
submission. I will read it. However, let me prepare my soundboard, girl.
Get it out. Whip
Where
out
is it?
the
Hello?
big old platform. Put it on the table.
I think the one that I want to do is actually locked behind a paywall. Um,
CMB said, "I wish he was blinder," but he meant to say blonder.
yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna say it. This is cute or whatever. Anyway, Fukitsuna Hitsuji no Shoujo. Ominous sheep magical girl. Follow through Yoka's journey into discovering her magical but yet sinister sheep powers as she collects all of the evil sheep demon's powers. Coming to your TV station on January 26, 1997. This is for the magical girl theme. It's Kizzy. Um. I'm gonna say what I have to say because I know Damsel has a lot of thoughts. I can just sense it. Your silence is
Oh
speaking
yeah,
for you.
yeah. I definitely do.
This was an interesting color palette, an odd concept. I like the idea of an anti-hero magical girl, but is that really what this outfit is communicating to you?
No.
I want more. And Kizzy's in a situation right now because we talked to Kizzy on like a more intimate level. Kizzy's in a situation right now where this is the best that Kizzy could come up with, and that's okay. We're not going to get too much into it, but it is what it is. Even then, I still wanted more. Um,
Yeah.
I was gonna prepare a soundboard, but honestly, I don't have much to say about it. It's whatever. Get into it, damsel.
Okay. I I think that Kizzy has a really skillful way of making outfits in DTI, and I know that he has been in a very the era of his life, so he probably didn't have as much time to contribute to this as he would have wanted.
Yes.
Um, However, all of that aside, the color palette is not very pleasing to the eye. The silhouette feels confusing. and I'm overall unsettled by the look in her eyes. Um, th- there is a way to do an anti super like an anti magical girl,
Mhm.
like or as a lot of Precure fans call it, because it is a common trope in a lot of seasons of Precure, the redemption magical girl. Typically they
Yeah.
start with like a darker theme at the beginning, and then they have a different, like more traditional magical girl outfit by the end, because they, started off as a villain and then made their way into the team, things like that. And I get that that was kind of maybe the vibe here, but it's lacking detail. I'm really just thrown off so much by this like dark plum purple and this like almost like clover green. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. It's a flop for me. I'm sorry, Kizzy. I just gotta be real.
Whoa. Oh, that's a flip. My bad. Well, it's a flip for
It's a
me. I
it's
was
a
gonna give you
flip.
a low bop originally, but I kind of it's hard for me. I think because I
Like
always
I
love the
can't
way that you
lie.
present these images, and I know that you're gonna do better in the future, but it's just not giving what it needs to have gave. And because we're
And I was
missing
so excited to see
pieces.
Kizzy's too.
Me too. We're missing pieces. We're missing where's the arm? Where's the accessories? Where's the other things? I think
Yeah, at least like a neck, like a bracelet or a glove or something.
yeah, I think it would have been okay to sit this one out, Kizzy. Love you very much. Keep going. Next, Amada Mascara, submission 2 in her music video. Originally this said something about this I guess I missed this message. It said something about, let me actually pull that up. I don't know why that one specifically is missing its message. Maybe I just skipped over it. But it said something about Sailor Venus. Give me a
Like
second. Let me
Sailor Venus
scroll.
inspiration. I usually, just so everyone knows, by the
Yes.
way, I typically hold off on looking at the submissions channel until like a day or two before the event, so that way I can see like the truest form of the outfit. Um, but obviously, Palmy, it's her Discord server. She kind of has to moderate things a bit, so
Yeah.
I didn't know about a lot of this.
This is Amada Mascara. This look is inspired by Sailor Venus, but with a heavier emphasis on yellow and black so that she can fit into my printer ink collection. Hold, please. My printer ink collection.
No!
She fights with the power of electricity and McDonald's Happy Meal.
No!
No! Stop doing this.
No,
Amada, you set yourself up. You set yourself up. You set yourself up. You
it's
set
such a
yourself
cute
up.
silhouette too. It's
Every
such a
item
cute
is
silhouette.
there. Every item is there. We've been talking about this one. This is one of the ones that this is not one of the ones that was really super impactful to the conversations that me and Dimsel have been having about this event. But we've been talking about this. Every item is there. Every item is there. But this does not look like Sailor Venus because you took away all the color palette that would make Sailor Venus Sailor Venus. Sailor Venus color her outfit, each individual color, each individual item on Sailor Venus's outfit is a different color. She has I think it's a red bow on the back, a blue bow in the hair, an orange skirt, a white shirt, a red bow in the front. It's something like that. It's something to that effect. I've seen it recently. I know it, so I know it pretty well. And then it's just missing that thing, but every item is there. The dress is cute, the bow is cute, the placement is cute, the hair is really cute. All these items are so cute, but why is it mustard and ketchup? Why? Why?
Yeah,
Tell me the reason.
the McDonaldification of this outfit is low key criminal, Mata. I'm like it's like I'm not even mad at this necessarily, because the actual silhouette is really good, and the hair looks great, and the posing of the photos, like everything is so good. But then the colors throw me off so hard. And
Don't do it.
a lot of the time, magical girls, when they're, even if you weren't trying to go for a T for T outfit recreation, right?
T for
If
T.
you T for T, clock it, wake it up. If you were going to try to use Sailor Venus as inspiration, um, then I feel like tying this in with a softer color scheme, but just like slightly altering where the colors are placed, or maybe doing like a slightly darker version of that. I don't. It just the bright yellow and the red and the black. It's just so. I don't know. It's very straining to the eye. That's what I
Yes.
will say. And I don't even mean that
Yes.
in a rude way. It's just like if you just changed the colors, this could have been an easy bop. Um, but I understand that you were trying to make this a part of a collection, and I feel like that really held you back here. I think a lot of the most successful outfits that we've ever seen in this event have been from people that when they're doing their submissions, they usually do something completely different for all of them. And they have like different concepts. And I understand like the idea of a collection is very nice, which is why a lot of fashion designers do collections. But
However,
this is not your like this is not the Christian Dior like 2016 fashion runway. You know what I mean? Like it's not
yes.
not all of this is one collection. Like this is different looks for different themes. Um so if anything it would be more of a way to frame it in your mind as like this is Palmy's collection and we're trying to fit these outfits into the theme for that said collection.
Yes.
If you have to frame it that way at all in your mind to make it work. But like I just feel like a lot of the time when you do these collections, it holds you back because there's elements to all the outfits that are really good, but then because you're trying to tie them all into one thing, it just doesn't read. Yeah,
It
it's a flop for
yeah.
me.
It's a yeah. Okay. Okay. Yes. Why did you make a new theme for this event? That's my actual question. And I'm like so serious. Why did you make a new theme for this event? I don't know. And like it's not like in a disrespectful way. I actually really don't give a shit, but like why? Why would you set yourself up by putting a
Yeah,
new
like
theme, a new
it's
spin on this?
speaking.
Like nobody asked you to do that. Nobody said that was did anybody did you actually who said that was a good idea? Did who like where like
They were setting you back, girl.
they were setting you back. Somebody lied
They
to
were
her
setting
very
you
many
back.
times. They told her that she was fly and sexy, but she is nothing of the sort. This is getting very old
Now,
maidenly. Bitch, I don't give a fuck. I don't
and
like
mind
this.
you,
It's so cute in so many ways. The hair. I can see that you stacked multiple different types of hair onto this outfit to make it work. I can see that you used multiple different bows to put this outfit together in a way that made it make sense. You put so much love and care into this, and then you made it mustard yellow and ketchup red. And
and
said
mind you,
Sailor Venus. This is not Sailor Venus. This is not
no,
Sailor
no,
Venus.
no.
This is not a cosplay. It's not Sailor Venus inspired. It's just it's crazy looking.
I must say, Pommy only is speaking this passionately as well as myself because we are not mad. We are simply like, girl, like you could have taken it with this one. You know what I mean?
I mean, you
Especially with
wouldn't
the
have
way that
taken it
you
because
put
the
it.
presentation is also off. I really don't like these collage styles. The Pixar collages kill me.
I do think that the images themselves though are really good. Like
I
the actual
agree.
like posing, like if all that aside, it could have been so much better, and we see that, and we just want to see you be successful because it's like we are rooting for everyone in this event
Yes.
at the end of the day, and it's something as silly as like a color palette swap that could either like make you or break you in fashion, and that unfortunately is why this one broke for me today.
Yeah. Um. Before I say whether or not I feel like it's a flop or a bop, I feel like it's obvious at this moment. I do want to say that I like the desire to want more from what you're doing and the desire to stand out and the desire to make like these really like impactful impressions with your submissions, but let your submission speak for itself sometimes because you're doing so much to make it something, to make more out of it than what it is, that this is supposed to be a supersonic double cheeseburger with all the fixings on it, but right now it feels like the dollar menu at McDonald's with extra ketchup and extra mustard. And I I love a supersonic double cheeseburger with all the fixings, by the
Yeah,
way.
me too.
But it's so disappointing because you are showcasing so much skill and a desire to communicate so many things. And this was the time for you to shine with this great outfit, but you held yourself back. And for me, it's a flop.
Oh, Portia. Oh, Jesus.
Don't make me call Portia.
Okay. This next one, this one took me through the ringer, bitch. This one took me through the ringer. This one took me through the ringer.
I'll read it.
Don't
I'll
do it,
read
little
it.
girl. Don't do it. I'm gonna mute
She
myself.
feels okay. 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 She feels right in her majestic magenta palmetta ensemble. Palmetta is giving you the magenta and the black of the printer ink collection.
Nobody asked for the printer
Read
ink
it.
collection. I'm going to say it again. I'm going to say it again. So, from the top, the first thing that happened when I
Let it
announced
drop.
the from the top, the first thing that happened when I announced the themes for the fashion review is that Amato went into the fashion review chat and posted a cosplay of the look that I did in Dress to Impress for Damsel's birthday stream, which was in July. And I told her that that was not on theme because that was in itself not a depiction of any of my OCs. That was a reflection of what I wanted to present as myself for Damsel stream at that moment because I was celebrating Damsel and I thought it was a cute
Yeah,
party outfit.
it's not like an official like thing.
And I didn't say this many words, but I felt like my point was being put across pretty well. And I had personal conversations with Damsel trying to make sure that I was like communicating effectively. And then I went out of my way to then post all of the OCs that would have go under the official umbrella of what I was talking about within the secondary theme being Pretty Pink cosplay. And this to me is a you took what you were originally working on with what I told you which was not on theme, and then you edited it to fit your own idea of your theme, and then you submitted it anyway. This look might be
Yeah, it still doesn't
inspired
feel Paul to
by
me.
any of my OCs, but if you showed this to anybody who knows who I am and knows what I do on the internet, and you asked them who am I cosplaying, they would not know what you meant. And therefore, and that does not necessarily dictate whether or not it's on theme. It's on theme because of the intention that you had behind it, but it's lacking so many of the constructive pieces that would have made it into any
Yeah,
semblance of the character that you see in front of you right now on the stream that's talking to you.
yeah.
And you've shown up to
Like
enough streams that you know what I'm talking about when I said that. And then I gave you examples, and you take this image and you put it next to any of those examples, and it doesn't make sense. And
yeah.
I think a part of me was frustrated because I really didn't appreciate how I told you that that look was off theme. You reworked it and you still submitted it anyway. And then I was upset about it because I thought that I thought I had made a mistake by communicating what I was trying to communicate to you, and you still did what you wanted to do anyway. And then you also made your own theme for these looks and you incorporated them all together. That was very frustrating for me because it made me feel like almost kind of like what I was communicating as the actual themes was boring. And I'm not taking it
I
personally against you, Ahmad. I don't take it as a personal attack, but I just did I do something wrong here? That's my actual question. It's rhetorical. Don't answer that. But is it me? Anyway, go ahead.
No, I think you made it very clear whenever you put out not only I mean, I don't know, whenever I saw the initial second theme, I immediately knew the the actual criteria in my mind because like I'm familiar with your work and I show up to a lot of your streams. I show up to a lot of your content that you post outside of your streams too.
Yeah.
Because I like what you have going on. And a lot of the stuff that you've done has a lot of official art and a lot of official outfits, not
That I
just
spent
models.
money and energy making, by the way.
Yeah, exactly. And so and then going the extra mile to provide all of them as well. I feel like it was very obvious what you were requesting. So that's why I was confused with this one as well for myself.
Mm-hmm.
I don't actually like hate necessarily the outfit because it does like the hood with the bunny ears reminds me a lot of Vina of the Valley, which is
Yeah.
a independent Japanese company that they have like these like furry jacket hoods that have like ears that match with different animals, and I think that that is a cute concept, especially paired with this very sensual outfit that you've added on top. But it for the actual theme itself, it's not really reading for me. Um, but in terms of the actual outfit, I don't think it's bad. But I will personally give this a flip, especially because out of all the 3 looks that I saw from you today, I feel like this is at least has a bit of a more clear intention, whereas the other 2 felt a bit more confused.
Yeah, and it has a really clear intention. I think it's really pretty. Overall, I think it's really pretty. I think
Mhm.
that you could have done so many things to make this better as far as what the theme was. You could have simply changed the colors. You could have made this whole little outfit green and pink, or pink and orange, and made this little hood whatever color, and made these little bows teal, and it would have been everything. It would have been the moment. And I appreciate, and you, because like I posted the cosplays that I've done of my own OCs that I posted on TikTok. I posted that in the Discord somewhere along this journey. I went and found those TikToks and I posted them. And I've done a lot of things that were inspired by the characters that I've created that were freestyle design, like freestyles in DTI. And so I appreciate the sentiment of the desire to do that, but you're still lacking the quintessential aspects that make it a part of this theme. And for that, and also for the emotional turmoil that I went through from seeing this, and also being frustrated with the fact that you submitted something that you were working on that wasn't a part of this theme in the first place, it's a flop for me. It's a flop. Aww. Not a flip. But
The happy
it's
finger.
pretty. It's pretty. Good luck. Keep submitting. Work on it. Work on following instructions. There we go. Next. Voce, thank you for submitting to Amada. I actually do really like your passion for this event, and I don't want you to take it personally. Some of these opinions that I have are really serious, and some of them are not. But I appreciate your passion for it. That's what I want. That's what I want to be the focus. I appreciate the passion. And speaking of passion, here is Voce Viva with Jean Grey.
Yeah, this is very passionate. Do you want me to read it?
Yes, please.
Jean decided her and her inner phoenix, I matter, how dark shall attend the hellfire, gala together as one. That felt like there needed to be more words in there. Is that full message in
Crazy.
there?
That is the full message.
Okay, my bad. I guess I just read that weird and it sounded weird coming out of my mouth. But now that I'm rereading it again, it's fine. Anyway, what do you
This is very
think?
great gowns, beautiful gowns, great gowns,
Oh my god.
beautiful gowns, great
Yeah, I wrote down
gowns,
beautiful gowns.
great gowns. It's pretty. It's pretty. It's always very pretty from Voce. It's always very pretty and opulent and elegant. Would Jean Grey actually wear this? That was my first question when I
See,
saw this.
that I don't know because I know of Jean Grey and I know of what she does in her universe, but I have not seen all of her outfits because I know these Marvel girls and these DC girls, they got like with all the different editions of the comics, there's like fucking 168 outfits for all these bitches at this point.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe it is, but I didn't get Jean Grey. I just got like Phoenix superhero girl. And then I read it and I was like, oh, it's Jean Grey. Get into it.
Which is close enough. A Phoenix superhero girl sounds like the like what you would see for
Yeah,
like
it's Lava
A
Girl's
Dream Grey
cousin.
action figure at the dollar store, where you go to the dollar store
The
and you pick up one
The
and it
Etsy
looks like Dream
do.
Grey, and it says on it like Phoenix girl superhero in parentheses superhero. It's cute. I mean, obviously it's a bop. I'm gonna give you a bop right now, but I have a lot to say.
Yeah,
It's
it's
cute, but
giving the
like
Met Gala look.
I think it needs more green for me, just a touch in the actual dress, because the shawl is the only thing that's green, and you associate her with that green outfit. But I mean, at the end of the day, it's cute, it's pretty, it's a beautiful gown. Was I gagged by it? Not particularly. I think a lot of the Nikki players, and I've said this before, a lot of the Nikki players rely so much on the prettiness of the outfit that sometimes we lack what we actually need to communicate anything besides the pretty dress. And this is one of those moments. I think that the wings are a nice touch. I think the hair is really cool. I think a lot of these like small details are really cool, and some of these are part of the dress and some of them are not. I didn't really see much of the shoes, so I can't even speak on what I think about the shoes, but It's cool. Somebody was saying it just looks like a phoenix, and I do think that. Like when you go to like Wikipedia and you look up phoenix, I think one of the art pieces is literally like it literally looks just like this, like in essence with these little like frills and
Yeah, it
ruffles.
reads as
Like
Phoenix down.
it's just, I mean,
It's just
uh,
it's very non-traditional, like Jean Grey, where like this does give like the fancier outfits that they wear at the Met Gala event that Emma Frost holds, but like at the end of the day, like even though you could argue that Jean would wear this, I don't immediately think of Jean when I see this
yeah.
personally. So that's I mean, it's not bad. It's a bop for me as well. You know what I mean? Like, not flop. I gotta get out of here.
I mean, that's the
You're
energy of
hella
what we're
mean.
I'd be
saying.
so mean.
That's the energy of
Yeah,
what we're
like it's
saying, where it's
great.
like it's cute, but it's like out of all the bops, I feel like this one is like, okay, well, Voce put on a pretty dress on Nikki and called it cute, and that's not all Voce did. I know you put energy into this, but I think there's like a need for editing here that would have made this better.
Her
Party. Let's get into it.
party.
Next. Thank you, Voce. Mobsuki Ki, aka Mob Yungi. Mermaid Melody OC. I decided to make my own Mermaid Melody character for the fashion review. Her name is Mitsuba. She is the princess of the North and South Atlantic Oceans. She is originally the North's princess, but due to the South having issues with their mermaid princess, who is her best friend, unfortunately, the South's princess didn't receive her pearl tier, so both oceans have paired up to have a substitute for the princess. Yeah. You said princess, I'm getting peasant. I'm sorry. I gotta say it how I see it. Like,
Yeah, it doesn't really give princess to me either. I will say very aquatic theming with both looks from Mob Yugi so far I've noticed.
yes.
Both the superhero and this is giving like under the sea. Um I'm just not the biggest fan of the fact that it's like soft green hair with a green tail and a green bra and like a necklace and then like
And
the
it
little
needs a
crown.
little more texture. Like, there's no seasoning to it, and I don't like that. And I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's just a little flat. That's it. But I feel like if there was just some more like exciting accessories on this or something, it would probably add a lot more to it. And like
Uh,
changing the colors to be a
yeah.
bit more dynamic because mermaids are known for having like these like really beautiful like distinct colors and this all kind of blends together.
Yeah, it's another one of those moments where it's like, you are on the money with what you're saying it is, but it's like, okay, actually what I was thinking when I was reading this little like excerpt that Mabungi wrote for us, it's giving very much in RuPaul's Drag Race, not to reference it again, but like RuPaul's Drag Race, like when the queen is walking down the thing and the outfit looks crazy, but she's like beefing what is it, not beefing it up, but like speaking so highly of what she's doing, but then it's like when you look at it, it's kind of like, girl, this wasn't really anything. Like, this isn't really much. It's just a mermaid. Like, if I saw this in DTI and I was playing DTI in the competitive sense, I would give it like 3 stars and move on. Like,
Sunny said Sunny said this is giving kelp princess.
yes.
This is giving the princess of the kelp that's dating Aquahorn actually. They're married.
Exactly. And she's cute and pretty, but she's giving side character. Like, this isn't giving princess to me. What I actually wrote is simple, but it's not effective. It's lacking textures or color variants to give the mermaid royalty feel. The different greens clash because they do. The hair, the bra, and the tail are all different colors. And off of the outside of my notes, now that I'm looking at it a little bit more close up, I will also say that the jewelry is clashing with all these other things, and it's like still also fading in, especially the one on the hair because of the green. I
Yeah,
think
I
there
didn't
needs to be a
even
more
notice a lot
defined
of
color
it.
palette, or a more like more colors into the color palette to make more sense to me would help. I don't understand why all this green is associated with the North Sea, the North Atlantic Sea specifically. Um, so I think that we're missing a lot of that. But like, it's just like, girl, what is this? Anyway, for me, it's I'm gonna say it's a flip.
Mob Yoongi, I could see you doing a very sickening mermaid look if you tapped in, but this is a flop mermaid look for me.
Thank you for submitting.
Personally.
And now we're on
Yes,
to
thank you.
Mob Tsukiki, aka Mob Yungi's Pichu cosplay.
It's feeling peachy. Okay. Should I go on ahead and read this? Why are you
Why
throwing
is
shade
it
at
that
me?
you always start reading the ones that I don't like?
Because I know you don't like them, so I'm gonna read them for you.
It says, I decided to cosplay as Pretty Peach Pichu. I took some design elements from the different outfits, such as the headphones, boots, and plaid skirt. You can go ahead with the with your critiques first. How about that?
Okay. I feel like at least like the jacket, the top, the skirt, like a lot of the elements of it do read as Pichu, but the cat ears are throwing me off. I feel like you should have just stuck with um doing the bunny ears and just like altering the colors, if anything. Um and I'm
Mm,
not the biggest fan of the shoe either.
yeah, yeah.
But I don't really have that much to say other than that. I don't
As
really
you were
have that many
saying
comments.
this, I was about to start cyberbullying Sunny because Sunny said this is on the nose.
Uh,
I think the character itself is pretty esoteric. That like we see it sometimes, but I've never actually verbally or even in any art defined this character specifically in a way that would give it something for you to work on. So I think when people picked this one, you know, especially considering that like a lot of people are new to the stream, a lot of people are newer to the community, so they're seeing me like seeing me out here, seeing me do what I do, whatever. But like you should have stuck with what you knew, and I don't think that Mob Tsukiki, aka Mob Yungi, really knew what to do with this one to make it look good. But also, I think it's kind of giving like it's just so subdued. The color palette is just very subdued. The textures are just very subdued. The strongest part of the entire image to me when I'm looking at this is the background. Um, the hair looks fucking crazy. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think that like there were some interesting choices here, but it's like we're missing what we needed it to be because it's not being communicated effectively with the choices that you are making. Um, I think that I think overall like there are pieces like I think all the individual pieces are great, but it's like the coloring and then the makeup and then the hair and then the ears. Bitch, I'm knocked out. Like honk shoe. Like I'm tired. To me, this is a flop. This is a flop. To me, it's a flop. It's a flop. It's cute or whatever, but it's a flop.
hmm I'm gonna give it a flip personally. I feel like if just like the hair had been changed and the ears had been changed, a couple like the head and the feet are what I think needed to be altered. But every like the actual outfit itself, I feel like is fine.
Andalise is Peach. She came out the luxury ball more than once a month. Is sending
Hell,
me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Next, thank you. Next, thank you. Next.
thank you. Next,
Mirage Martini, Magical Girl, Wings Club, specifically Techna. How do you feel?
come on, Techna. I love this. I think this is really cute. Um, the coloring looks really good here too, and the use of a lot of the like silk and metallic texture looks really good on this too, especially because
Mm-hmm.
it's Techna, because she's the tech wizard, or tech pixie fairy, whatever you want to say. Um, and I love the makeup. I love how this was presented with the editing. I think this is really cute. You can see the school in the background.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, I like this. I think it's really cute, and it's also it's reading as Techna, but it's not exactly Techna's outfit from the show. You know what I mean? Like obviously
absolutely.
there's similarities, but it's very much turned into Mirage's aesthetic, and I love this.
And I think that that's how you do a cosplay, where you make it in your like in these games. That's
Yeah.
how I do it. That's how I always do it. Where I make it, I have my own character that I work with, and then I add on to the character. Like in my mind, I have a character that I work with the makeup looks, with the skin tone, things like that, and then I add on top of that with the outfit. You know. And I think
Mhm.
that Mirage is doing this, especially when we see Mirage's other submission as well. This is pretty. I'm not a Winx person. I don't really know much about Tecna. And I did not do the research because I want to give my overall impression on the fashion of it all, the collection of items being put together, and the way that you're presenting it, more so than I want to say whether or not it's an accurate cosplay. This is great. I love it.
Yeah, it's good.
No, honestly, not very many notes. I knew like Mirage has been like an impending doom upon this fashion review for the last like 2 or 3 now, where I knew that Mirage was going to be submitting eventually, and she said that she was going to, or they said they were going to. I don't know Mirage's pronouns, but they didn't. And so it's kind of like, bitch, now it's hitting, and now it's like it blew me up. Like this ate. And like even, and it's not even the editing. Like if I saw this and it was a white background, I'd be like, oh bitch, this ate still. Like
Yeah,
it,
yeah. I agree.
it's gorgeous, beautiful, and it's like you're not relying on one specific piece. There are so many things that make this put together make sense, especially when you know the concept of these magical, not the you know the concept of the fairies and Winx in the first place. Like it ate. It's about.
Yep, it's a bot for me as well. Good job, Mirage.
Standing ovation. Thank you. Next.
Now, don't do it, little girl. Don't do it.
Exactly. We have Mirage once again. Pretty in punk. Bitch.
I also loved this one.
I did DTI cosplays. The bop is still running. Well, the bop is still running because it's a bop.
What is going on?
I'm not gonna hold you. I'm not gonna hold you. It's just because the way that I have it set up. I just left it running, girl. I'm not gonna hold you. It's a bop. You outdid what I did for my own OC, partially because I did a throw. Like, you know, sometimes I'm human too. I did a little bit of a throwaway with that one. I wasn't really thinking when I posted that shit. I'm sticking to what I sent because I don't think it looks bad, but I didn't give my own cosplay to the event my 100%. And I don't even know if Mirage gave their 100%, but this ate me up. It ate me up. It ate you up. It ate every other girl up. Like, yes, this is so grown up. It's so such an evolved idea from what the actual source material is, and yet it not only does it work, it adds so much context. Cigarette chic. Who said cigarette chic? Izzy, you ate that. You ate that. And it is. It looks good.
She get money. Her body tea. She's super thick. She's super pretty.
Well. I mean,
yeah.
Who's up next?
Like,
oh,
you ate that. You ate that. Who is next? Let me look.
I have to get a soundboard prepared.
Okay, well, while you prepare yourself, I will read off what this person wrote. Thank you so much, Mirage, for submitting. I believe this is your first 2 submissions, and you came in
really good ones.
Hot.
Yeah, really good ones.
Ube. Thank you so much, Ube, for submitting to the fashion review. That is all. Thank you. Next. Goodbye. Let me read this before you get into it. Thank you. Let me read it before you get into it.
Please do.
Introducing Mayari, a magical girl of the moon. Unlike her counterparts, she's cold, calculating, and at times ruthless. When asked why she acts this way, she simply says, well, someone has to do the dirty work. Besides, the moon always has a dark side to it. Okay, period. I have one thing to say. This bob is fuck ass. The color is fuck ass. The hairstyling is fuck ass, and it takes me completely out of the illusion of what you were doing. But I like what you did. So get into it, damsel.
Miss Miller.
Be respectful.
Thank you all. Your love has broken the curse and freed my soul.
I fucking loved this one. I ate this one up. I think that this is such a clear concept. The hair could be better. I do agree.
I don't think the hair should be better.
I don't think it's fuck ass. I don't think the hair is fuck ass. Personally, I really like the silhouette. I love how in the details of the fabrics with the dyes that you used, it actually gives like the fabric choices that a lot of Precure, a lot of Sailor Moon, a lot of Cardcaptor Sakura use, especially in like the like the modern day versions of the shows, like the reboots. It's very modern day magical girl silhouette. I love the use of Eureka because it gives the Eureka gives like one of the toys that this magical girl would be selling, right?
Yeah,
It's giving like the item that she slaps whenever she's in her regular human form, and then that's what activates the magical girl transformation. Like
absolutely.
but it's also the silhouette with the wings. It's giving fucking like the little tech deck thing that they wear in Yu-Gi-Oh. Like it's so fucking sickening to me. The angel wing, perfect item for this theme. The only
Yes.
person to use this item out of anyone that has Nikki, I was gagged. Gooped, bitch. This ate the heart on the dress, the color on like the dyeing fixture. I know that you took those boots and you made the entire outfit color combo based off of that boot because I've used that boot before myself and I love that boot. I love the bracelet. The beret is a super cute touch on it as well. I would have honestly gone even crazier and added an even more cool, fun Eureka for the back bling.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think you could have even taken this even further, but the part where you're at right now, she even has like a bag for her other whatever little magical girl equipment that she has on her hip. Like there's no Eureka used. That's a part of the outfit. Get
The wings,
into
yeah, I
it.
think so.
Then you really well no, not even the wings, the bracelet, like the thing on the
Yeah.
wrist. That's not a Eureka. That's crazy. I thought that was Eureka this whole time. Ube, you could have went like super cool with some Eureka effects here to like really highlight the outfit, I think, which obviously is not gonna save an outfit, but it can contribute to the slay of an outfit, which could get you a win. Um, I love it. I think it's so cute. This looks like a magical girl that you would see in an anime that would be coming out next year. I think it's perfect.
Before I
The hair
start, I
could be
want to
changed.
say that there is somebody in the chat who is who is saying that this looks more like a superhero than it does a magical girl. And for that person, I want you to know that that's we thought the opposite for your submission. We thought it looked like a magical girl when it was really a superhero, and you should not be throwing stones in the chat. Thank you. I really like this. I think this is cute. I think it's great. I actually, even though the hair is fuck ass, it's presented so well that I think it's great. I think the color for me, the thing for me about the hair is the color. I think it's the color and the cut. It makes it look like it's somebody who dyes their hair all the time, and then it looks bad after a while. It looks good to me. To me, it reads as magical girl.
It's marketable as hell too. Like this
Yes,
would sell figures. Someone would buy a figure of
absolutely.
this.
And there would be like a whole fan base of people watching this show or ingesting this media in
Yes, like
whatever
I could
way.
see people cosplaying this. Like it's tea.
I also think that um this is giving the anti-hero magical girl in such a good way, and I love it. And
Oh,
what?
I was just going to say also, this is not necessarily something that is required, but something that is very talked about in the magical girl community is modesty. And a lot of the girls in these magical girl animes that you were consuming are typically from anywhere of the ages of 11 to 17 years old, more often than adult. So the fact that this is modest is also a plus for me because it was not indicated that this was a grown woman or a child. And in my mind, when I'm thinking of magical girl, it's not magical woman, it's magical girl. A magical girl can be a woman, but like there's a reason why there are certain choices picked, and it's because a lot of magical girl, like we've been saying, a lot of magical girl media is to be sold to young girls
Yes,
from the ages of like 4 to like 15. And it's the same thing with Power Rangers and Carmen Rider for boys, you know what I mean? So like that that was an attention to detail that I really appreciated, like a
yes.
lot. I appreciated that so much because it's cunt but it's modest.
And it's also giving very moody teenager. I think it's really easy. And even for like what we were doing for the like promo, I think it can be really easy to just throw some really cute items together and say um and like a bunch of cute feminine items together and say it's a magical girl. You know what I mean? But
Mhm.
this is like it feels that refinement. And even if I don't
Yeah.
necessarily care for one aspect of it, like that to me the hair is nitpicky at this point because it does go with the outfit and there are probably multiple choices and they were all difficult choices to
Yeah,
make.
and she probably had to use a short bob to see the wings and stuff like that
Exactly.
too.
Exactly. And also, So much personality is like being thrown at us from this image. It's
Yes.
like I can't help but to give it a bop. Like,
Yes, it's so good. It's a bop.
and I always think about how Ube plays this game with her phone.
Yeah, that too. That too. I will say this reads as a magical girl one of the most out of all the outfits, this one reads as magical girl the most out of a lot of them. There are a few
Yes.
others, but this one is one of them that like really like when I saw it, I was like, oh, that's a magical girl. Like, what's her show? What's her story? What's her background? How'd she get her powers? Like, I want to know.
Yeah.
And I
And
love that she's alt.
somebody could have used this as their VTuber model, and like I would have been sold. You know what I mean? Like, it looks so put together. Thank you, Ube. Next, V. We have V. This one says, inspired by watching Kamen Rider's battles against Shocker, she decided to take up
I
the
love
mantle
this
of
one.
Kamen Rider with her partner Lokix. She battles against Team Rocket to liberate the kidnapped Pokemon to spare them of their evil experiments. And I want you to go before I get into mine, but I do want to say that I really like how this is tied into Pokemon, because this event was originally framed as a as promotion for the PPPVGC, which is happening next week. And actually, I didn't announce the people who are going to be doing the PPVGC. Maybe we'll do
Maybe
that
we do
after.
that
We'll do
at
it
the end of
after.
the stream.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll do it at the end. Yeah.
I love this. I thought this was very it reads as Carmen Rider like immediately to me. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like I immediately see the silhouette. I think the scarf reads, the goggles reads, the like flip of the hair from the bob like adds the effect of like the masks that they would have that typically like shoot out from like the cheek or the chin. Like it's some fun, interesting silhouette.
Yep.
Um yeah, I like it. I thought this was really good. What did you think?
I think all the markers are there for a really interesting character to design. I love how it's also inspired by a Pokemon, you know, because this event, like, this is the first time we're having a game that's not Infinity Nikki or not DTI as a game that we can include, and yet they still did this in DTI and then put Pokemon in the submission anyway, and that's really cool to see as well. Um, I like the idea of it also because when I made this theme originally, it was going to be something like it was supposed to be for this. It was supposed to be this, and it was supposed to be Magical Girl, but I wanted to open it up to Superhero because I didn't want to limit the idea to Magical Girl and Tokusatsu, or Magical Girl and Kamen Rider, or Magical Girl and Super Sentai, or whatever you would have called it.
Yeah.
And I really enjoyed seeing this, and I didn't want to say like Japanese superhero or whatever, right? So I'm glad to see that somebody picked up on this, and I don't know if necessarily V picked up on it or just V is just obsessed with Kamen Rider, but either way, it's appreciated. I think that this color of this
Also,
outfit is lacking in textures, and some of that's probably from the quality of gaming experience, the
yeah, I agree.
graphics quality more than anything, but it's still really cool. And if it had those textures, it would really communicate very well exactly what it is. And I'm sure V would have put a lot of energy into making it communicate that based on how I
I
know V.
agree.
Yeah.
I agree. Especially with the textures. I also just want to say if security could escort Fried Chicken, aka Izzy, out of the room right now, I'm trying real hard, and the fact that I misspoke and you're grilling me on it on the internet and cyberbullying me is really a lot. So I'm gonna need security to get in here swiftly. Thank
Not
you so
really.
much.
Not really. Mods don't do anything. That's a VIP right there. Not too much. Not too much.
I will
Um,
say, I
yeah.
agree with you on the textures, but even though the textures aren't necessarily there, it read like immediately. And also, there are some metallic textures I'm seeing, like the shine on the goggle and like the belt and stuff like that. So, like, I feel like if that was just switched around a little bit, it would have been fine. But for that to be like my only critique about it, um,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that means it's a bop for me personally.
It's a bop for me too. Double bop, bop. And once again, bop.
Boppity bop bop bop, bippity boppity boo.
And that also goes to show you can really sometimes all you got to do is pull it together. You don't even have to look that great. Thank you, V. Next, we have Izzy. Okay, girl, you're gonna read this. Thank you.
Mm. All right. Well, I'm gonna have to pull this up on the Discord to read this because it is real small on my screen.
And it's real long either way.
Let me see. One moment, everyone.
I will say
Okay.
for the people who are going to be doing
I
the
don't like
VGC,
it.
for the people who are going to be doing the VGC, everybody is involved in the VGC. Everybody who entered is going to be a part of the VGC because it was a maximum of 8 entrants and we have 8 people. So we're just going to be doing the order. So I might not necessarily need to do a wheel spin for a raffle entry. Go ahead.
Okay, period. Nokia Webster is just your everyday, chronically online, kind of a dweeb, normal college girl. She enjoys memes, fandom culture, addressing her friends as chat, and basically anything that gives her an excuse to talk about something that she saw on the internet. One day, after a long night of doom scrolling, Nokia laid her head on her pillow and heard buzzing and some sort of old timey ringtone. Huh, this isn't Whistle by Blackpink, she thought as she turned over to see her smartphone peacefully laying on her nightstand in Do Not Disturb mode. Nokia reaches under her pillow to find a flip phone in her favorite color, at that, ringing with a call from unknown. Nokia opens the phone, and with a flash of pure white light, she finds herself in a virtual world, transformed into some sort of anime character. Nokia Webster is the digital diva Cyber Yellow, a magical girl who's summoned into the digital realm and transforms using her cute yellow flip phone with her magical band hammer. Nokia's goal is to defeat viruses sent by a mysterious digital evil that threatens to infect the real world. Dial 5683 and a magical girl you will be. Okay, Code Lyoko, magical girl, get
I'm gonna
into
be
it.
so honest. I never read this. I looked at this, thought it was really cute, and kept on moving, girl. I put this whole thing in there, and I never read it. And so this is the first time I'm actually hearing this whole explanation. Partially because when people were giving their explanations this time, I was like, "Girl, I'm not gonna read that. Is it a flop or a bot?" Like, because we're talking about the actual presentation of the looks and actually the looks themselves in these instances, not the explanation. And so I appreciate the long explanation to give us the the impression, but it's not always needed. Sometimes it is, a lot of times it's not. This is cute. What did you think? It's cute.
It is cute. I love that Izzy included the fact,
Damsel.
like, Kizzy. Yes, hello. Can you hear me? Hello. Hi. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Hello.
We could hear you. I could not hear you. What
Oh,
do you
okay.
think?
The
Because I
entrance
probably like fully interrupted what you were saying and then said what I thought and then said damsel and then you left and came back. Like, what did you think?
me leaving, gagging you. I said that I thought this was really cute. I really liked the fact that Izzy included an out of magical girl form fit as well. Like
Mm-hmm.
I was hoping to see that someone would do something like that. Um, and in terms of like the actual outfit that we're critiquing, which is the magical girl outfit, it has a very fun silhouette. I like the hammer a lot. I think the hair looks super cute. This
Yeah.
yellow color is it
A
pops,
choice. Yeah.
but it's very much giving the wheels on the bus go round and round. However, that's not necessarily a deterring factor for me. I do like it still, even though the yellow could be a bit softer. But it is giving
What about you
magical
being
girl
built like
school
a bus
bus.
driver?
Miss
What about
Frizzle
you
and
being
her
built like a
art.
bus?
Yeah. What about you being built like the bus? Right. Her and Miss Frizzle have very tight relations. It's true.
Yeah.
It's true.
Tight. Yeah. Um
Yeah.
I hate some of this. I'm gonna be honest. Y'all are gonna be mad at me in the chat, but hear me out. Before y'all start posting your think piece paragraphs in this fucking chat that I'm not reading, hear me out. Even though I actually am glancing at the chat a lot.
Yeah, I've been reading the chat.
There are parts of this that I really fucking hate. I hate the skirt. You know, this little secondary skirt that goes all the way to the floor. It reminds me of Incredibles, where it was showing all those scenes where the superheroes were dying from their capes by getting sucked up into the plane. That's what it makes me think of. I don't like that particular aspect. There are some accessories that I just don't like. It's almost too much. But see, they're going off, hitting clips and stuff. Tell people are saying, I love it, but I love it, but I love it. I don't hate the outfit. I think it's cool. I think this whole outfit is cool. I want to see more black fucking magical girls anyway.
Magical girls.
I want to
Yeah.
see more magical girls of color that are not pale skinned anyway, regardless.
Period. Hi.
I think this is a really cool concept. I like multiple aspects of it. This hammer item in DTI is new as of like 2 weeks ago. This came out after I actually announced the event. So, you know, I think that this is very up to date as far as like what's going on in DTI currently. It's very interesting. I appreciate a lot of this. I don't really like the hair. I think some of the posing makes the whole outfit look very stiff, and I think that there needed to be a little bit of editing when it came to what pose you were going to use to communicate it through this particular graphic, because this pose specifically, it gives a lot of personality, but it gives a lot of I don't play DTI very often, or I also don't want to communicate with the like it's giving very like stiff you know, in-game items, and to me that's part of this event. That's why it says game fashion review. I love the outfit overall. I would give this a 5 stars, and it's not just because I'm friends with Izzy. I think that there are a lot of really positive things about this. I think the concept is hilarious. I also think the hair should have been a different color, maybe a little bit darker, because the hair being the same color as the skin is killing me. But it's cute. I get it. I get all of it. You did a lot of things that I would have did if I were gonna make something like this. So
Yeah, the concept
yeah.
is very fun, and the only thing about the agile outfit that I don't like is that brick train, because like
Yeah.
I don't know, it just feels very out of place to me. But yeah, I mean it's good. I'd give this a bop. I'd also give it 5 stars if we were playing it at the Christmas house. And again,
Yeah.
also not because Izzy is my friend.
Yeah, exactly. And I give it a bop too. I didn't say it, but I played the shit twice. I give it a bop too. It's great. I don't have a lot of notes here. This is only Izzy's second time submitting to this event, partially because I haven't done it in 6 months, but also Izzy's first time ever being a part of this event was 6 months ago. Like, and I feel like Izzy got a flip then, but anyway, it looks good to me. Merry Christmas. Next. Thank you. Dre the Stallion. Main theme, magical girl. Winx Club inspired.
Who? Okay, can I go first?
No.
Can I go first?
Actually,
Okay.
I want to
Okay, you go
say,
first.
I want to say one thing before you
I
go.
don't like that.
Whoever told you that this outfit looked good was right, but whoever told you that it was finished was lying. Go ahead, Dan.
Yeah, exactly. It looks good, but it doesn't feel finished. I I'm so distracted in this submission by whoever that random lady is in the faded background of the image. Why is her hand digging up in her cooch? Why is her hand digging up in her cooch on the Pretty Pink television right now? I need to know who
Where
let
is it?
this
I
on.
don't see the hand.
Look right below her head. There is a blue orb, and holding the blue orb is a hand in her arm. You see the arm? It's like highlighted right
Okay,
there.
the orb, yes.
Yes. She's like summoning a spirit in her pussy. Like I'm really concerned. And that's really taken me out.
Oh my god.
I literally can't think of anything else when I'm looking at this submission because of that, and it's frying me. But I will say the outfit is cute. I mean, it's cute. You know what I mean? Like I can't say it looks bad. It's cute. It just needs more.
I agree. It needs more. Yeah, I think I wrote this down in my notes, but I don't even have to read my notes for this one. It's really good. You know, Dre always produces something very high quality, similarly to Kizzy, where even though we didn't necessarily give Kizzy like 10 10s across the board. We really went in depth with what we thought. Same thing here. It's really great. Actually, it's crazy because both Kizzy's and Dre's A Magical Girl submissions are both purple and green. They're both lacking in accessories. They're both really high quality images of DTI submissions, but they're both very difficult to say that you did your best here. I wanted to see more accessories because like adding accessories, adding things like jewelry, adding things like a ribbon here, a jewel there, a hair accessory, something like that adds to the whimsicality, especially in this particular theme.
This
It's
theme,
lacking so
yes.
much. Y'all were saying, so saw somebody in the chat say magical hoe, and yeah, that makes sense. But you also have to consider that the Wings Club girls, for a magical girl esque series, they are wearing not a lot of clothes because of the time period that it came out, and also because of the age group that those girls are in the actual show. But that's not even that's not even something to talk about here. Where's the belly chain? Where's the belly ring? Where's the body chain? Where is a longer necklace? Where are the
See, I don't
earrings? Where's
see. I don't
any
think he
like I
could
need
have.
something.
I don't think he could have even done a belly button ring though, because if you look, it's a corset that he tied the same color as his skin tone, so the belly button ring wouldn't even be able to be seen. That's why there's a metallic glimmer on the chest.
Oh, we can't have nothing. We can't have nothing. We can't have nothing. We can't have
I'm
nothing.
crying.
We
The
can't have
pause.
nothing nice. We can't
The
have
nude
nothing nice.
illusion.
But there
Mhm.
doesn't need to be a nude illusion because she's already nude. The item that is making this top piece of the outfit, the top piece of the top, is actually a cut off cropped. It's like a crop top with a single strap.
Yeah, I
And the
think he did
skirt
that
would
to
have
give.
revealed the belly. But it's pushing the what is it called? The waist of the skirt down. It's making a low waist skirt. Yeah, I
Yeah,
get
he
it.
did it to give himself more of a cinch, and then also to add, like, I feel like to make it look more like an emphasized boob line
And
at the
meanwhile,
bottom.
I don't even know if these images have that corset item on them the same way. Which is really interesting
Yeah,
that I'm like even taking note of that because here it looks like there's nothing there, but here it's very like I can see it and you can see it and we can see it. I think there are things that are great about this, but to me, this is giving very.
it's giving like a Spirit Halloween.
It's not even that. I think it looks better than that, but I do. But you're crazy for that. But also, I think to me, it's
Well,
giving
like,
like drag queen on a regular Thursday night girl, but not. But it's Thursday where she's gonna be
like
doing
she's done
something,
this
but
gig
she's
many a
preparing.
times.
Yeah, but she's gonna be doing the same old routine. She just put on the items. She's not gonna try to gag anybody, and she's not posting it to her Instagram. And it's cute, and it's not a throwaway. I don't think it's a throwaway, but I think that there needed to be more in this particular instance. And for me, it's giving bop, but it's giving a very low bop.
Izzy said it's giving Paris Hilton on Let Her Believe It, 'cause I'm screaming. Yeah, it's a low bop for me as well. It gets a pass.
Yeah, well, I think the next one is going to be another conversation similar to this. This is wait, okay. I'm wrong because this is not what I was thinking. This is Dre's secondary theme, the Pretty Pink cosplay, which was also spelled incorrectly here. Which I didn't even
Pretty.
notice. Yeah, and
I didn't even
that's a
either.
direct copy from the message that Dre put into the Discord. I like this. I like it. I
I think
like
it's
it.
cute.
It's cute. I mean, for what it is, I think it's cute. I think it's very safe. This is giving very Halloween. You were going to talk about Spirit Halloween. This is giving very Halloween. I actually really am curious. I want those ear items so bad in that game, but I don't have them and I don't know where to get them from. It's cute. It's fun. I enjoy what I see. I like what I see. But
I like. Mhm.
it's giving okay. It's giving Harley Quinn recolor.
Yes.
Which I think a lot of the cosplays that have been done of this character by me and other people could be put into that category, but this is the epitome of a Harley Quinn recolor. And
Yeah.
that's it.
I like the ear. I like the hair a lot. I think that color of the hair is really cute.
Uh-huh.
Um, yeah, I don't know. I feel like, I mean, it reads as Miss Punk. It's cute. I think the top is nice. I don't know. It's very safe. It feels safe. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because I want to see. I want for this one. I think what would have made it better. I want to see more accessories. I want to see more textures. I want to see a different shoe that's actually dangerous because this is giving very like this is giving like the shoe, even though we can barely see the shoe. We only see one full boot here. This is also the same boots that were being worn in this one, I believe. I might be wrong on that. I think I'm wrong. Looking back at it, I'm wrong, but it's still it's getting very middle aged. I'm putting on a boot, but I want ankle support.
Help.
No, there's no
Not
danger
so much on
there.
me.
And I think that when we talk about the fashion of high heels, especially in this era that we currently exist in, part of the fashion of high heels, and they were talking about this on Drag Race recently too, which is what made me think of this concept in my mind. What's why it's fresh in my head is that there's an element of danger where you're standing on a very thin piece of shoe, holding your entire body weight up on yourself. Like there's an element of it being like you have no support to it. There's an element of it and I think that's to a certain extent why it's sexy. I think there's a lot missing here when you really look at it, but overall it's really pretty. It's another bop for me, but that's it.
Yeah. This for me is a flip, personally. I feel like there could have been some added stuff on the arms. Maybe like uh maybe not even like staying with the fishnet and doing something similar to what Mirage did.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't know. I like it though.
I
It's
think
just
that
it needs a little bit work.
this particular character is a little bit out of Dre's wheelhouse, I think. And I would have liked to have seen from Dre specifically. If I was like, okay, I think that's really the thing. I think people were picking the wrong characters based on what their skills are. And this is
Yeah,
one
I
of
know
those
I know
moments.
Drake could have really turned out like a standard Pommy. Like
I
the base like the,
agree.
the base Pommy.
I agree. I agree heavily, especially because Dre knows my style. Wouldn't it have been so funny if Dre did the bass palmy in like a really hooker whore like DTI look? That would have been so hilarious.
You know what he should have done?
What?
He should have submitted as you, like the actual base Pommy,
Uh
and
huh.
made the caption in quotes, "I'm not really feeling this one."
And that would have been crazy.
That
For
would have
context,
been gaggy.
this is an insider, but earlier on when I was doing these like back to back, these events back to back, I would do the cosplays in a VC not near you, and Dre it was in that VC at one point, and I was doing the cowboy look for the gold theme, I believe, which was like well, it's number 3 or 4, right? And
Yeah.
I showed it to everybody, but I didn't tell them the context of why I was doing it. I just said, "Does this look good?" And at the time, I thought it looked okay. In context, like in hindsight, I didn't think it looked great, but I was expecting people to just kind of give like, "Oh, it's good, it's good, it's cute, it's whatever." Dre saw it, or maybe it wasn't that one. Was it that one, or was it something else?
No,
Dre
girl,
hated
no, girl.
that
You're
one.
thinking of
Dre
you're
hated
thinking of
that
something
one, but
else.
that's not what I'm
You're
talking about. But Dre hated that
you're
one. Dre talked so much shit to me about that look for
oh my
days, actually.
god. What I'm referencing is one time we were playing Dress to Impress with Dre, and
Yes,
Dre did not have the usernames turned on. They had the
yes.
usernames turned off, and so you walked out on the runway, and Dre didn't realize it was you, and it was really everyone was quiet, and you said, "So what do we think?" And Dre was like, "I'm.
And
Is it bad to say I'm not really feeling this one?"
it
And
was
we
me, and I was
all
doing
were
my big one.
gagged and we all were gagged and
Yes.
and we all like started laughing and then Dre was like, "Wait, why are we laughing?" We were like, "Cause that was Pommy," and Dre Dre lost it. Dre was like, "Pommy, I'm
Yeah.
sorry."
And so the fact that there are two instances where Dre has talked straight shit about what I was doing like that, please. Anyway, it's a bop from us,
I'm
Dre. Thank you
crying.
so
Is
much
it
for
bad I'm not
submitting.
feeling this? I'm
Next.
crying.
Is it bad I'm not feeling this one? The main theme,
Is it bad
superhero,
I'm
second
not feeling this one
submission.
either?
Um,
Yeah, no.
me when Dre submitted this is one of the last moment submissions, I believe. When Dre submitted this, me and Damsel, like, if we were in person with each other, we would have given each other the side eye, and then we would have kept on acting like nothing happened. But Damsel sent this to me, and she was like, "Do you see what I see?" And I said to her,
I'm crying.
This is giving very original design of Starfire from the 80s, where it has the gigantic hair and it's the old school style of comics, and it's doing all this. But why is she dressed so modestly? Because the original design of Starfire was give it hook or whore. I wrote down in my thing. It says if you do old school Starfire, make her a Princess Leia prostitute whore, or don't do it. And that's what I think.
Yeah.
And that's my opinion.
But yeah, I feel like it's throwing me off seeing like because typically like when Starfire is depicted with this giant hair, she is a tad bit older in that
Mm-hmm.
depiction. And then
Yes.
with this outfit, this is like the Teen Titans, like when she's younger era. And seeing the two of
Yes.
them mesh together, like it doesn't look bad per se. It's just really throwing me off. And that's like I understand that we said if you're gonna do a cosplay, do it in your own style. But I feel like at the end of the day, even though this is in Dre's style, it's just taking the outfit from Teen Titans and the hair from the comics and putting it on a model and
I
then being
think
like, all right, there we
let's
go.
take let me take the wheel and drive this home. I think Dre's style is great, but sometimes Dre does things in such a way that's giving modest. It's matronly. And I don't like that. And Dre's gonna watch this VOD back because Dre is probably not here right now and cackle and then join us in VC later and cackle some more. And that's just what I think. I think the shoe
Matronly is
choice.
crazy.
The shoe choice looks crazy. Why is it so modest? Why is the hair so big and yet also so tame? It's like a lot of things.
I mean, I know she smells good. I'll say that.
She
Like
smells
if I saw
good,
this woman, I
but
would be like, she smells real good.
she smells good, she smells good, but she's very comfortable in this outfit. And I saw
Yeah.
Rye. I think Rye was the one who said it. Yeah, Girl Starfire was all hair and some nipple tape. And where is that here? And there are options for that in this game, and Dre has those options. But is Dre using those options? No. I don't know. I
Yeah.
don't know. I really don't know what she was thinking here. I really don't.
What do you give it? Speak honestly. Yeah. I was gonna say the same thing.
Especially because we know what Dre can do. Dre has won this event multiple times. And like that's the thing. It can be really pretty and well presented, but it doesn't necessarily always mean it's going to get a bop either.
Thank you for submitting, Dre.
Thank you for submitting, Dre. Speaking of really pretty and well presented, but not always a bop. Hi, Sunny. Thank you so much for submitting to the fashion review today. This is the
Why
magical
don't I read
girl.
this one?
Yeah, thank you. Go for it. Go for
You're
it.
welcome. Even a sailor with like a fancy night out on the town, I'm always ready in case anything pops up. So this is supposed to be Sailor Mars, is what I'm getting.
Yes. Sunny told us that, but I don't see that, and I don't see those words anywhere. And I don't. Let me go look at the submission. Hold on, because Sunny did tell us that those words, but I did. Is that actually what's going on here?
I mean, like I see Sailor Mars in the hair for sure.
It's a red and white
I don't
outfit.
think she would wear this. I think this
Me
is something
neither.
Sunny would wear and like made it into Sailor Mars core.
Okay, let's
But
ask
even
the
then, it's
hard
not
hitting
Sailor.
questions here. Is it giving Sailor Mars? Yes or no?
No, she
Is
would
it
not wear
giving
this.
Magical Girl? Yes or no?
No, it gives like it's giving like okay, not too much on the matronly of it all, but it's giving matronly woman. Like
That's what I
she's got
thought.
her little mini. She has a little mini skirt on. Don't get me wrong. Like she has some sex appeal, but like
It's
it
very
gives more
modest.
like it's giving lady. Like it's giving
Yeah,
like demure woman, and like that's great because Sunny loves that aesthetic. But she would not wear this.
it's giving My
Sailor Mars
Fair
would
Lady,
not.
girl. That's what it's giving to me. It's giving what is her name? This
My
is
fair
like it's
hooker.
Rel, mind you. Anyway, it's giving very how do I say this? This is
Like
very
this is
much
someone's
Sunny's
mom.
aesthetic. It's cute, but it is giving somebody's mom. It's I also will say, DTI, when I started playing DTI, there were no noses. There was no option to have a nose, but DTI has moved on to the phase where we have noses on their characters now. So when you do a DTI submission from this moment forward, there needs to be a nose unless it's giving concept. But also, we're missing things. Like, it's not really giving Magical Girl to me. And you're saying it's like Magical Girl, but it's like casual, but it's not casual. She put on a corset. She put on a tight skirt that's connected to a corset top that has a naturally built push-up bra on it. She is wearing heels that have no support and on the ankle, the foot, or the arch. This is not a casual look. It's a night out on the town, yes, but this is not a casual look for a Magical Girl either. I think the concept is like not really there. It's pretty, but it's not really there. And even if this does have an interesting color palette, I think that we really needed a little bit more of a variety with the color palette to make it make sense. Because I only see 3 colors
Yeah, like
and black hair.
if you're gonna add the big bow, make the bow red because her bow is red, and use the
Yeah,
purple on something else. You know.
absolutely. And like maybe if you're gonna do purple, do a light purple for the trim of the dress and then a dark purple for the lace of the dress. Like it's stuff like that that I think, it just takes us out of it. I don't know. For me, it's honestly, what did I write down? I wrote down that I gave it a flip.
Yeah, I was gonna say flip as well for this one too.
And I stand on what I wrote down. By the way.
I wrote down would love to see her in an actual Magical Girl outfit.
Yeah, it's cute. It's cute.
It is cute, but it's not giving Magical Girl.
It's not really even giving main theme submission. Thank you.
If you want to argue that this gives Magical Girl, the only version of Magical Girl that I could even somewhat think of that would apply is what's her name from Star versus the Force of Evil, the ant, the Discordia or whatever.
What is her name? What is it?
What is her name?
Is it Discordia? I love her.
I don't know,
but that's not giving Magical Girl either.
No,
it's giving Magical Girl of the ages, bitch.
Exactly, it's giving Western Magical Girl, but not Maha Shoujo Magical Girl, and both are fine. But like,
but that's not the angle that Sunny was taking with this. Based on
exactly.
I would have loved this. I would have loved to see that. And I don't think I talked about that, but there is so much between me and you, all the shit that we talk about on stream and all the shit that we talk about off stream and all the shit that we talk about, all the media that we reference, like there was so much to work with. And that was one of those things that I was like kind of disappointed in as well, is that there were not very many like
Eclipsa.
There were nods to it. Eclipsa, Icon. Icon, and when we continue to watch Star versus the Forces of Evil in my Discord server, y'all are gonna see how much of an icon she is. But I wish that there were more references in that way, and I think that this was an attempt at that, but it didn't really feel like that. But I do like this. It's interesting. It's very Sunny. Thank you for submitting. Let's continue. Here's Sunny's second look. It says, Pretty Peach Pichu is out on a picnic with all of their fluffy friends. Were you invited?
I didn't get an invite, did you?
I didn't want an invite, did you?
I mean, I'll take free food.
Do you see any food here? I see some bread on the table, girl, and a little bit of tea.
Yeah, we'll have a little crumpet. What do you think? I want to know your thoughts.
Let me read from my notes.
All I have written down really is that it's cute. I would do a different hair because it doesn't read as palmy with that hair.
Yeah,
I think the outfit itself like reads, except it just needs. I don't know why. Do you have like? Do you officially have like a big blue boot on that design?
No. They're sneakers on all of them. It's sneakers.
Okay, I was wondering because everyone did like if they did Pommy or not Pommy, if they did Pichu, they did like these blue boots. And I was just wondering.
And maybe that's from what I've done in the DTI depictions of that character, but none of those DTI depictions of the character, I believe, are on the actual graphic. Let me go look at the graphic before I start talking shit. I think this is interesting. What I wrote down here is baby's first time on Nikki in 6 months. It's a casual cosplay. It's not bad, but I barely see the vision. God. I also said, would Peachy wear this? No. Is it cute? Kinda, not really. And for that, I gave it a flip.
Baby's first time on Nikki in 6 months is crazy. I'm gonna say it's also a flip for me.
Hello.
Double flip. Flip it and reverse it.
Not you saying it's all right to hate pretty girls. You are so messy. Thank you for being a good sport because we're not. You know, this is like mostly jokes, but honestly, like
Exactly.
and of course, Sunny knows this is mostly jokes because Sunny is
It's
a
nice
previous
for people
judge.
to understand that it's a joke and not take it so seriously. 'Cause
Let
we're
me go
not
look at
coming for
this
your
graphic.
character.
Yeah, there are no DTI depictions of these characters, and there are no boots on any of these images. Okay, and in the official commissioned art, there are no boots. Next, thank you so much, Sunny. Next, oh, Sunny again. Beautiful gowns, much gorge. I actually really
Girl.
love this. We talk about Sunny's personal style, girl. She ate some of the girls up with this one. I don't even care.
I love this one, but I also am so tired of this dress, Sunny. I'm about to give this a flop just because of the dress. You need to use something else, girl. This is the third time.
I
I'm
actually
screaming.
DM'd Damsel about this specifically, and I said, "Girl, do you think if we gave Sunny a top bop of the stream that she would stop using this dress in Infinity Nikki so much?" And I don't think the answer is yes, personally, because I don't think
I
Damsel
think
responded.
she's just gonna try to incorporate it and everything.
This is actually really pretty. I love the color scheme.
It is very classically Sunny though, like this style.
Yes. It's like this. I like it. I like a lot of it. I like the picture. I actually think it's really interesting how the umbrella handle is shining so brightly here. It's almost kind of like the focus is like she's holding on, barely. You know what I mean? Like it's pretty. I
Oh, what
think
is she about to die? Is she about to got cancer?
yeah, she
Oh
looks
my
like she's about to
God.
flip off
She
of this
looks like she's about
fucking
to faint.
ledge. Yeah. The bag, this is so Sunny core. If you know Sunny personally in any capacity, Sunny loves like a really expressive black or pink bag. And this is so
Yeah.
Sunny core. And they have to be like really big purses. Like this is Sunny. This is the moment that she's in right now. And
It's like
I
black
like
pink
this.
or like it's like black pink or like a chocolate brown with her.
And this what I wrote down in my notes actually is I said you could have made this you could have said this was like some kind of magical girl villain in disguise. I would have ate that up. There are so many things that you could have said about this, and you kept it subdued. And I think that you're letting the fashion speak for itself. And you're gonna get a bop from me. I'm not even gonna lie to you, but you could have done something with this. I'm tired of this dress. Honestly, I don't want to see. And this dress was free. I do not want to see this dress in the fashion review ever again. And if you see some, and if y'all are here now when it's being written into law, if y'all see somebody else use this item in Infinity Nikki for any event, you need to go and let them know before I do. Because if I see it again, I'm gonna say something. Thank you for the subscription. Hi, comment. Wait. Yeah, thank you, comment. Hello. Say what you gotta say, girl.
I was gonna say, I mean, like if it works, it works. But,
No.
like,
No.
Also, at the same time, like, girl, let's do something different, please.
No.
Because objectively, like, this styling is tea. Like, I have to give it a bop. You know what I mean? But yeah. Anyway,
it's a bop, but at what cost?
at what cost? Just for us to say it's pretty, bop, and then we move on. Okay, who's next?
Oh, Pickled is next. Okay,
Pickled is next.
and Comet said that that's why they subscribed, is because they want to see what I have to say or what we have to say about Pickled, which is ironic because Comet was trying to talk shit about Pickled's look in the fucking Discord server, and I don't think this is bad. Do you think this is bad?
Should I read the thing?
Yeah, go ahead, girl. I'm sorry. Anyway.
No, you're fine. Finally, a day off. Today is my first day off since I moved to the magical boy group Spark. It can be exhausting being with the magical boy embodiment of all of the shiny fletchlings that trainers have skipped over. Today I will finally be able to enjoy this beautiful sights of Lumiose, but I'll need to keep a low profile. Aw, heck. I was so excited to see the sights that I didn't realize I was wearing my signature magical boy loafers. That little diva totally clocked me. I need to get out of here and quick. Good thing our secret base is just right around the corner. Girl, this font that you made it, this like soft pink, I'm like right up in my microphone trying to read this shit.
And I'm living an aesthetic fantasy right now just reading it. I'm so sorry.
No, I get it. Have you seen my stream?
Well,
moving on.
I like this. I like this. This is fucking funny. The comic. You know, the last time somebody provided a graphic like this, I feel like it was Milotic when they did the magazine covers, and that was very creative. When the way that they communicated what they had to communicate in that way. This, I love it. Like, I was talking about these like pick crew, pick mix, whatever the fuck it's called, like ass, these what are they called? Collage
Collages.
images or whatever. They call them collages. They're really fucking stupid. I hate them. In this instance, it works because it's literally a comic. That to me is so creative because part of fashion is the way that you're communicating. Part of fashion is the way that you're communicating what you're wearing and what you're doing. And that's what this is. And the focus does not need to be on the clothes. It does not necessarily need to be on the colors. I think those are part of the communication, but a lot of it is also in the way that you're communicating what it is that you're saying. And if Pickled had submitted these two images right here and not said anything, we still would have received what was being communicated in some way. Maybe not exactly what Pickled was saying, but it still would have been there. I also think for this to be Pickled's first time submitting, that like there's like comedy in that, because if you look at this image, like you can't see it because of the little like UI sticking out from Canva, but if you look at that image like on the actual in Discord, because you can't see it on the stream either, there's like a little itty bitty heel that's poking out of the shoe. That shit's fucking funny. These hard ass, cute ass pictures where it's like you would see this person on the street and you wouldn't assume that this person is anything. It's very unassuming, but considering what's actually being communicated with the accessories and some of the styling, it's giving like this. It's giving very drag queen on their day off. It's giving very magical girl, magical boy on their day off, and it almost kind of like makes you think, what does the actual magical outfit look like?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I feel like in Pokemon ZA, where a lot of the outfits are very casual, doing something that's like magical girl out of her fit, or out of his fit is a smart idea to take it if you're gonna
Yeah.
use ZA for your submission. And I thought the cute little like lacy like pink shoe also ties into the like traditional like magical girl has like a headband or a wristwatch or a pocket mirror that she taps onto, and then that is how she transforms. And the idea of like a magical boy group, but all of the magical boys are like they transform with their shoes and they like click their heels together to transform. Like that's a really cute idea. I wish we could have gotten to see like an actual magical boy outfit, because this is obviously not like giving magical boy in its form. It's giving magical boy out of off duty, like you said.
Yeah.
But I feel like that's equally as valid, because a lot of the fashion in magical girl anime, aside from the actual magical girl form, also is equally as appreciated from a lot of the fans.
Yes.
Cardcaptor Sakura and Precure both are very good examples of that, because a lot of people, they don't just cosplay the magical girl form, they also cosplay their everyday outfits because they're equally as engaging in design. And I feel like you matching it with the Talonflame was very smart as well. Yeah.
I will also say, you know, I was saying how I wanted to see side characters. I wanted to see villains, and we didn't get that. We got regular heroes and we got anti-heroes. And I think that this is one of the most out of the box. I don't like comparing the submissions in this way because this is not a competition. This is the most out of the box that we're seeing for this particular theme, in my opinion. As far as the concept of the actual submission.
I'm excited to see I was excited to see someone use the overall set from this game, because it literally looks just like Usagi's pink, like iconic pink overall look from the Sailor Moon anime.
Yeah.
And I like overalls are like a magical girl anime staple. Like if they're not transformed, like one of them is wearing a pair of overalls. You know what I mean?
And and that speaks to the youthfulness of the media.
Exactly, because it's what sold to girls ages 5 to 14.
Exactly.
Anyway, or 4 to 15. Anyway, moving on. But yeah, I mean, it's a bop. It's a soft bop. It's a bop. I want to see you do an aftermath program one day, maybe not in Pokemon, but just a game. because this does give magical boy, but it's obviously not like transformed.
I had a good time. Thank you so much, Pickle to the Bop. Okay, and the next one I'm going to lead the conversation on because this one also put me through a little bit of turmoil, but we're going to talk about it. Comet Core. This is a freestyle submission, and initially I had a lot of feelings about this submission because this was actually posted, if I'm correct, it was posted on Blue Sky by Comet on December 19th, 2025.
You having the date?
I went and looked because I knew I had already seen this picture, and because I had feelings about it, but after I had my feelings, I kind of absorbed what I was thinking. And then, here's how you actually handle your this is emotional regulation right here. You have your feelings, you process your feelings, you think about what you're thinking, and then you have a conscious thought after the fucking fact. I like freestyle submissions into this event a lot, and I like the fact that Comet went out of their way to do something that they wanted us to give our opinions on in this moment. So I appreciate that even if it was posted on social media, that it was sent in, especially because it's from Pokemon Legends ZA, and I appreciate that media as well.
This is the first time we're opening it up to that too, so it's important to see those submissions.
Yes, and so there are so many things that I like about that. I think at the end of the day, though, that these pictures were not very well taken. There was not a lot of care put into these pictures to be submitted the way that they were. And, I think that while it was great that Comet did that, it's hard to say whether or not Comet was intentional about the way that they made this outfit in that way because it wasn't made for the event. But that's neither here nor there at the end of the day. Initially, I was a little upset because I was kind of like, Comet really went and posted this bullshit that they posted on their Blue Sky. But then I thought about it. You know what I'm saying? And that's my little lesson about emotional regulation today for me. Anyway, I think that this one, the outfit is fucking crazy, girl. I think you were trying to match this Virizion. I think it's cute or whatever, but it does not make sense.
Yeah, like you match obviously, but it's messy. This is very messy.
It's like I see the intent there. The gloves match the belt. The top needs to be the top being two different colors is throwing me off really bad. The leggings don't make sense on the outfit, especially because the leggings actually don't contribute any color to the legs, I don't think. I mean, and maybe if they do, it's very minimal. Nothing about Virizion is really giving, nothing about Virizion is really giving very much like, this like frilliness. Virizion, like the thing about Virizion and the concept of them is that they're giving like, what is it, they're like supposed to be like the Three Musketeers, which are like these like French or European warriors or whatever, right? Like they're soldiers, and Virizion does give that essence. Virizion is very pretty, and shiny Virizion is pink. I think that this outfit does not reflect the actual nature of Virizion outside of its pinkness or its qualities that are deemed as feminine. And so that, and in my head when I'm looking at this and analyzing it, I think you were trying to match that, and I don't think that was really the focus. That's what I think. What do you think?
Oh, it's a flop. Oh, no comment.
Yeah, and honestly, and that's why I had to start it that way, is because I needed to say all of the thoughts that I had about this before I actually got into it, and the things that I really truly liked before I also said it's a flop. Aww. So keep going. There are no rules regulating where these images should be originating from. If you would like to submit things that you, for whatever reason, you got from anywhere else, whether it was another event somebody else did, or you want us to give our opinions on it and it's a freestyle, I want you to do that, even if you posted it on social media. And I want you to post your shit on social media because you should be putting in enough effort that you can post these submissions onto your social media and people are gonna go like it. Anyway, thank you, comment. Next, Emerald, main theme magical girl. What do you think?
This is cute. I thought the color palette was very fun to see. I like the pink and the green. And I like the matching of Meganium. Yeah. I don't know. I don't really have that many comments on this one. I think it's cute. I wish that maybe the pictures themselves would have been taken in a way where we could have seen the outfit front facing. Like we're getting like an overhead shot and an undershot. I would have liked to have seen the outfit like face front, but I don't hate it. I like it. What about you?
I already said what I had to say about all the people who are submitting through Pokemon. I think Pokemon is great, and I'm glad that y'all are submitting through Pokemon, but I don't like this. Like as I've already previously said, I think fashion is a form of communication through visuals, and it's a form of communication through stories, through history. It's art. Fashion, it can be considered a form of art, right? Where it's communication on multiple fronts, depending on how skilled and and the knowledge that the viewer has on the specific form. Where if you know about things like history, if you know about things like anthropology, if you know about the nature of things, then you will be able to communicate that very effectively. I think that this is just a very uninformed way of communicating this theme to me. I also think that there needed to be a little bit of editing when it came to the way the pictures were taken. I like the idea of the outfit overall. It's very wacky, but it doesn't really feel like it fits the theme. And I think if you were going to be using a Meganium, the least you could have done is Mega Evolve it.
I think I think I just really like the use of color here.
Yeah,
Like it's a lot of
that's
bright
fun.
colors. But I do agree that it like even though I think it's cute, I think that I'm not really necessarily getting magical girl from it.
Yeah,
It reminds me of Hilda, that one cartoon. I've never watched it, but it's giving Hilda to me
Hilda.
for some
Let me
reason.
look this up. Yo, all these references that we're
Hilda.
making, you better look this shit up. Google is free. If you are watching this stream, you are watching it from a computer and you can Google this shit. I'm Googling it right now. Hilda, you said it's an animation?
It's like a cartoon. I
Oh,
think it was on
this.
HBO
I
Max.
see it. I see it. It's cute or whatever. It's getting very similar, and the Hilda is very similar in essence. It looks like the Craig of the Creek based on the media based on the
Yeah,
images
yeah,
that I'm
yeah.
seeing.
Very that.
To me, it's a flip. I thank you, Emerald, for submitting, but it's a flip.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing. It's a flip for me as well. Only 2 more left.
Shout out to Neonix's Kitchen. Shout out to Neonix's Fridge. The next one up is Ube, and this is a Pretty Pink Cosplay Beach Edition. I thought this was a very interesting, esoteric attempt at the theme. What do you think?
I thought it was a cute attempt too. I like the color palette, but I didn't necessarily get Pommy from this initially.
Mm-hmm.
However, I could see you wearing something like this, and I think that the way that Ube executed the ears was very cute too.
Yeah. And I think that that's the thing. You know, we talked. I talked a lot about Amada's submission. I don't even know if Amada is still here. Shout out. Um, I talked a lot about Amada's submission, and that's also another esoteric attempt. I think this does it more justice because it is actually pulling from the theme and not just sticking a pair of ears on it. You know what I mean? It's not just like saying, "Oh, well, this is whatever," but and just making it it's not just throwing an outfit together and saying this is whatever. I think that there's an informed set of decisions that were made here that made this outfit the way that it's made, right?
Yeah.
Like the flowiness of the two-piece set that was created from these two separate ideas of an outfit. The pastel and the purple. I think that was an informed decision. You know what I mean? The ears. I even think that the use of the Momo was an informed decision in a way. Like, and I'm curious as to what Ube's thought process was with this. But I like it. It's cute.
Yeah, I like it. It's cute too. It obviously doesn't like read as any of your official models that you have or any official art that you have.
Yep.
But again, I could see you wearing something like this. I could see you in something like this outfit. I would give
Absolutely.
it a flip personally. I think it just needs some editing and it could be something really cute. But even then, it still wouldn't be giving like based off of the parameters, you know?
Yeah, I think the reason why I'm using the term esoteric is because it's almost kind of like Ube picked this outfit idea out of thin air. There's not like an actual rhyme or reason to any of the choices that Ube is making to make this outfit work. And if you don't know what esoteric means, you need to look it up. Google is free. I'm giving this a low bop.
Period.
Thank you, Ube. Appreciate you, Icon. Lastly, we have Emerald in a freestyle. What do you think?
I I think I don't know. I think it's cute. I like the streetwear like vibe that this has to it with the matching
Mm-hmm.
set and like the green beanie. I think that the asymmetrical bob adds like a fun element to it too. Um, but I don't know, like even though I think it does look well paired together, the actual like I just don't think I like this sweater in the game. Like this what is it called? Like a throw on like or a
Pull
I forget
over.
what they're called. Pullover. Yeah, pullover. Thank you.
Throw on.
Throw the shuck off. It's giving pullover, but the pullover makes the model in this game look slouchy to me. So I'm not the
Oh.
biggest fan,
Sunny said this is
but
giving Comet Core. I'm sick. Leave Comet alone.
I'm screaming.
Comet loves being
I
messy in the chat though.
I think
Um,
that the fact I think that the
mhm.
fact that everything matches is cute, but the actual outfit itself is not very flattering, is what I was gonna say.
I like it. I think it's cute. It's giving very Invader Zim to me. Like it's giving Invader Zim like a side character that comes in from one episode and like does their big one and then disappears. Like I like it.
Okay, I can
Um,
see that.
but when I have to give like personal, when you have to add your own story to it, sometimes it takes away from what it is you're actually doing, right? So it's kind of like it's cute. This is a freestyle though, so I think I need to add a little bit of a story to it. For me, it's gonna be kind of a very extremely low, like 1 out of 10 stars for a bop for me. Hello.
Okay. I'm gonna give this a low flip. And there you have it, folks.
And I really enjoyed this event. We are going to take a few moments to talk about our top flops. Or no, we're not doing top flops. Actually, we're not doing top flops, mind you. Um, but we're gonna talk about our top bops. So yeah, y'all enjoy our lovely flyers. What is it? Slideshow flyers while we disappear into the cosmos and play some music for you. Bye.
Whee!
Hold. If you are watching the stream and looking at the slideshow of all the images, give your bops and flops to them in the same way that Nix is doing it right now. Thank you.
Personne n'échappe à mon regard.
You can't read the doll.
And we are back. I see y'all in the chat. Y'all are so nasty and so rude. All the work that I put into making that cute, beautiful slideshow and all these images and like all these things that we done. Like me and Damsel worked so hard, and y'all know, like actually, I put in hours of my life to make this stream specifically happen. These are probably the hardest. This is the hardest stream that I do when I do these streams sometimes, because I have to sit here and talk about all the shit that y'all do, and the least y'all could do, is tell me that I got a flop. The least y'all could do is tell me that I got a bop. Like, oh my god. And then after that, all y'all are being like messy in the chat. I'm sick of y'all. Like, I'm sick of y'all. Like, anyway, we did our.
Y'all. Don't listen to her.
Yeah, honestly, if you gave me a flop, you're out. And there's a reason why. Anyway, thank you. That was all for the judging. No, we're not adding any negative categories. I do want to add some. I do want to add some categories though, and I might add those soon. Actually, maybe we could do slop. Maybe when we bring back Next, we could do slop for real. Anyway, the top bops of the stream are. Here's my drum roll. Hold on, let me turn.
Everyone get excited! Send some hype in the chat. Root for your faves.
The top bops of the stream are. We have Nix. We have Pickled, and we have Ube, and here's the rap horn. Let's give a round of applause for the icons. It says Ube in the corner right there, you just can't see it, but that's Ube. Okay, so there it is. Thank you so much for coming to the event. I hope that you enjoyed it. We're going to start the music again. Hold on. And that's it. Thank you for watching. Thank you for coming. Everybody who has entered into the PPPVGC for next week is going to be a part of PPPVGC. We need that you all need to be sending in team submissions to the Discord sometime between now and, I would say, what is today? Today's Thursday. Tomorrow's Friday. I want to see your team submissions by Monday night. I'm going to give you until Monday night because that event's happening on Thursday. I want to see them on Monday night. I'm going to give you some resources in the Discord as soon as you get out of here, but that's all I have for today. Damsel, what are you doing once you get out of here?
So I am technically supposed to start my stream in literally 1 minute, but I need to take a moment to use the restroom and get my stream set up and everything. So in about 30 minutes, probably around 7:30, I'm going to be doing episode 8 of the Pokemon White Magical Girly Pop Lock. It's our last gym, y'all. It is going to be the last episode where you all will be able to vote in Pokemon and vote out Pokemon from the playthrough. So you're definitely going to want to pull up for that one. And then the last episode of that is actually next Wednesday, which is the day before the PPP VGC. So if you guys want a fun week of events, next week we got you. Come to me on Wednesday, come to Pommy on Thursday.
Exactly. Actually, you should be coming to all of our streams. So just to be clear,
and donate to the fundraiser.
On the list of people who are going to be a part of the PPPVGC, entry is closed. Even if you can still access that channel, I already wrote down everybody who is going to be a part of it. So far, it is Sam, Emerald, Rye, Moss Green City, Saffron, Damsel, V, and Milo Tick. If any of these people pull out, then you can pull in. But I need to actually see that these people are pulling out. If you do not submit your team submissions by the deadline that I'm going to post in the Discord server tonight, you are not going to be qualified to be a part of that event. That is just simply the truth. I appreciate all of y'all. Thank you for coming to the stream, and we are going to leave it there. Should we raid somebody? Is anybody on? Honestly, we're gonna raid Damsel. we've rated Damsel multiple times. We're gonna rate
I'm
Damsel's channel,
crying.
and you're gonna pull up in Damsel's chat and leave a nice little message to tell her how much you love her. Well, she's getting her shit together so that she can start streaming in 30 minutes.
You drop a follow if you're not already following. That way you get the live alert. Help.
It didn't work.
Thank you
Hold
for having
on.
me, by the way, Pommy.
Thank you for coming. You're an icon. You're a legend. I'm glad that we're back at it. People have talked shit about the people that I have as the guest judges before or whatever, and you were aware of those conversations. But I'm just kind of like, girl, I bring the people that I'm comfortable with. That way we can actually have an entertaining stream instead of me trying to get to know somebody on here. Yeah. Bye, y'all.